All right, I'm waiting for Andy to come online. What's going on, DC? Andy, I can't bring you on. All right, we're in a different time zone right now, so. What's going on, Andy?
Good.
Where you at?
I'm in a penthouse in Vegas. Where I'm at. But see how I'm living?
Let's see what it looks like.
See how I'm living? Got my little balcony. I got my kitchen. I got my microwave. Whenever I feel like cooking, I got my little stove. Got my sink, my refrigerator, my TV. Got my closet. I got my little bar in case I have some company. Little room. Got my bathroom, my jacuzzi tub, my shower, my TV in case I've been here too long. Bathroom. I got my toilet. I got a phone in case I come up with an idea I need to call somebody. That's how I'm living for the weekend. Up in Vegas.
Wait, Andy?
We're going to the convention tomorrow. Learn how to build apartment buildings, commercial property. That's how life is. What's happening?
Somebody said, ain't no way your name is Andy and you're black.
Oh, it's a way this time. What you want to talk about, Gigi? What the people want to know? Y'all got any questions? Y'all up late night? Y'all looking for the gems late night? Put the questions in the chat. Let us know what you're trying to get.
Where are you guys located at? We're trying a different time zone right now, so we're trying to see who we have on the live, where you guys are from. So what questions did you get today or this week when you were picking up the calls?
A lot of questions I was getting, people were asking,
Florida.
Florida, yeah, late at the night, Thursday.
What's on your mind, Florida?
Now, a lot of people be asking, like, they be wondering, like, how they could get the funding. A lot of people asking about how to get the money to do the building. So that's one of the things a lot of people asking about. Then a lot of people be asking, do they have to come in person to the boot camp, or is it like
He said you can't get any blacker than that. Andy's black, man. He's not. What does he look like?
No, that's but yeah, that's what they were talking about. vacate the funding and then getting down here. A lot of people were still working, so trying to figure out how to make it work so they can get the days off.
All right,
So
so
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
So some of the people that you were transferring over to me, let's say that it's two of you guys, right? Like it's the husband and wife, or you just have another partner. You guys don't even have to be married. You are in a mutual agreement that one of you is going to be working, and then the other one is going to have the credit. Like both of you guys don't have to have the credit, right? So let's say that Andy has a score, but the person that his partner doesn't, right? His partner can be the one working, and they can use Andy's score to be able to get the credit cards because he has a good score. So now that person that wants to actually start building, do the new construction, can basically use Andy's social and Andy's credit cards, Andy's everything, so they can start the build. Like it doesn't have to be you if you don't have the credit score. It can be another person.
Right. So basically what she said is, if you got somebody else who got a better score than yours, go ahead and run them, get all the funding with them, and then you just be behind it. You doing all the leg work of it. They say, Andy,
Yeah.
for real though, what would you do if you were 16 trying to get into real estate when you're 18? I got 10K cash. What I do right now, be trying to figure out how to get my credit good. That's one of the things I wish I would have did sooner. Get my credit. Once you get your credit good and you get the high limit cards, you got more choices to do anything in life. Like you got opportunities. Like you can decide what you want to do, and you could make bigger plays by doing that, compared to just having a certain amount of cash to where you're gonna make a certain amount of plays. So the more cash, the more you would get. So if I were you, I just fix my credit as soon as possible. Get the trade lines or get added on to your what they call GG, authorized users. Whatever you gotta do to get your score up, and so you can get your card, get an LLC. Go ahead and get you some cards coming through there, so that way when it's time for you to make moves, you could be able to move whenever you're ready to get into real estate. Actually start doing it. You will have more than the 10,000. You'll have over 100K. Then you'll be able to do bigger, better moves. What you
So
think?
tap on either my story or Andy's story. I posted a story, but I tagged Andy on it. There's one of his mentees that I think she started off with $25,000, right, Andy? Something like that.
Oh,
Miss Vicky.
throughout the cards you just got?
I think she started off with $25,000, if that, on the personal side, and she's up to 25, maybe like what is it, like $45,000, right?
Plus the 25. So she got the 25, the new 25. She got the 17, and what she had before that.
Yeah. So, and it took her less than, I'm gonna just say like an hour. It took her an hour to get like $50,000, $50,000
And she didn't
in
do
credit card
all the
funding.
parts you told her to do.
Yeah. She did call me. So she did call me, and she was bummed out because she was getting declined. But after telling her to just continue doing it, she ended up getting I think that's when she got the $45,000.
Yeah.
But all you gotta have is a good credit score, have enough open accounts, positive accounts running, like active, and then you're able to get the high limit cards.
What bank you working in?
I would say if you guys are able to tap in with Amex, get an American Express card, and then from there you guys are able to get multiple cards. There's Navy Federal, there's PenFed, there's Truist, there's Regions, there's Bank of America, there's Chase, there's all those big banks, even the small banks like KeyBank, your mama papa bank, the local community banks. Hit up those banks.
They say, how did you build your credit?
Actually, you know what? He can talk about how he built it, how he ruined it, and how he built it again.
Oh, you want my story? It took me like I started back in like 2017 trying to build it. So, at first I had a whole bunch of them little smaller cars, little 500s, them little 2000, 1500s. Then basically I just started, I went to the bank, I went and got a secured loan for like 8 grand, 8 to 10 grand. I did that. And that helped me start getting bigger cards. Then I just stopped, I wasn't using the small cards. I just, started applying for bigger cards. I got my LLC, started applying for business credit cards, and I started getting higher limits. Then probably like what it was when I got the card, 2021, I got all the way up to like an 800. And then I went to the I started watching people that was doing Turo, so I went and grabbed me like 8 cars for Turo. Did that, got a whole bunch of inquiries. So that dropped my score. That took me back down to the low 7. Then on one of the cars, I got a late payment because I had them paid. I was paying like 3 grand a month on the car when I really owed like 500. And I was paying it off in lump sum. So by the time it had dropped down to where I still owed, I was thinking I was still up, but I wasn't up. So I ended up missing my payment. And that dropped me to a 6 something. Then I felt like one of GG customers again. It took me back to the dirt. So now I'm going back up. I just finally went back up the last couple months. I'm back up to like a 750. So just basically got to keep that credit score up. Once you keep that score up, you can just apply for these cards and you can just keep. When you get them, you just got, more options. I probably got at least 200 and at least 225 worth of cards that I could tap into. So
I'm gonna get him another loan, but we just need I think he might still have a late on one of the bureaus. And with that bank, he's able to get, I believe it's $100,000. I forget the limit on there. But he's able to get 85% of however much he's making.
I need that. It's a lot. I can buy a lot with that.
You keep sending me the text messages. I get it, man. I get it.
How
But
would you suggest somebody to build their credit, Gigi?
so if you don't have credit, like the 16-year-old was talking about, add positive accounts. I'm gonna put this number in here. This is my number. Text positive accounts to this number. And then
Paying that book down there too for them to get the book, the 8 steps book, the free book. All on there, all them get it.
So add these accounts, have them report. One of them is going to be to report your rent. Even if you guys have a mortgage, find somebody that has a mortgage and just basically say that you're paying them $500, whatever amount you guys want to say. And all rent reporters is gonna do is contact the owners of the house and make sure that verify that you guys are staying there and making the payments on time. So when you guys do that, just by adding those accounts, your score is gonna jump at least like 50, 60, 70 points, depending on what you guys got going on. So just text positive accounts to that number, no asterisks, or not asterisks, but the quotations. Just text positive accounts, and then you guys are gonna get a list. And then depending on where you guys are at that point, like you guys can get somebody to add you guys as an authorized user, and that's enough accounts to be able to start applying for credit cards.
Respect versus loyalty. Say, man, I've been dreaming about empty lots. I'm a build on no BS. That's what's up. You gotta dream. Man, dream it to make it happen. Like if you don't think you can do it, you don't believe it. It'll never happen. You gotta bring it up, think it up, and it's gonna stay grinding, stay on it. It's gonna come up. I want the black dude story. But he seemed like he came from the bottom. That's where I'm currently at. What story you want? I told you how I came up. I did my credit. I started small with my little cards. I got that. Once I got that I spent my own $8 grand. I had when I got a secured loan from a bank, Regions. I went to Regions, got me a secured loan, and after that, I got an LLC and started applying for business credit cards. And they started seeing that I had that $8 grand, that loan, so that made me able to get higher limits on my card instead of the 500, 2,000, 1,000. I was able to get 10,000 and 15. Then once you get those 10 to 15, when you start applying for more, then you could get higher limits. Like that first high one I got was that Navy Federal. They got their personal card with 25K. So ever since then, I went back to American, started applying with American, and just got a whole bunch of 25Ks and big limits, high limits with them. But it don't happen. It didn't happen overnight. And if you got any negatives on your report, you got to get those taken off. And that's what G do. Take them off. And then once you got them off, then you can make the move.
I'm getting the link, Andy.
Huh?
I'm getting the link for the book.
Right. How much did you start with when you started flipping, like the down payment and your credit score at the time, and how much did you get the loan? When I was flipping, I ain't never do no loans. I started off using my cash. I used to use all my cash and have all my money tied up. But then I couldn't get loans from no banks and that, so I ain't never used none of them. So I started using the credit cards. That's why I came up with the way to get the high limit credit cards. Then you take the money off them credit cards and use that to get the land and start the credit cards. Then after that, we use a hard money lender, and we use that, and then we just make the profit. We use their money, make more than them off of their money, and that's how we come up. That's how we came up. That's how we run it. Does Gigi have a number? Gigi, you have a number?
Gigi does have a number. The number's pinned. That's my company number.
Do they call that number?
They can call that number or text that number too.
This is great info. So glad y'all doing this. Dr. I too. Yeah, no problem. That's what we're here for. We're here to help y'all, get in better situations. That's the whole goal. Everybody eats. They have 3 negatives, just hospital bills, been trying, sending out letters, still nothing. Should I just wait till it drop off? That don't sound right.
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't understand for that.
No, you don't. You guys don't need, if you guys have, you guys don't need to have a score under a 720. You guys own your guys' credit report. Anything or everything that you guys want on your report, you guys can have or delete. It's a matter of using the FCRA to get the accounts removed. The FCRA was set in place to protect us as consumers from the bureaus. The bureaus are not government. They're not federally regulated. They're just like your local Walmart, Target. That's how you guys can look at them. Like you guys can take them to court, you guys can sue them, you guys can take money from them if they're reporting inaccurate information on your credit report. When it comes to medical bills, there's a thin line between the HIPAA violation. So let's say that you're disputing the items and then they give a diagnosis on the letter or the bill or something like that. That's giving too much information. All you're asking for is a detailed bill, not a diagnosis. So they tend to not want to deal with lawsuits because that's an additional charge. So they'll remove those accounts. I don't know how you're writing your letters. That they're not removing them.
It said 7% mortgages, can we still make money on the back end if the plan is to refinance and rent it out? 7% mortgage is a great mortgage. I pay 15% on my mortgage. I'm from a hard money lender. So, of course, you can make money. It's always, you don't worry about the percent. Just think about the end goal and how much you're going to make at the end. I pay 15%
Mm-hmm.
and still make over 100K on every deal. So if you pay
Mm-hmm.
7%, that's way better than what I'm paying. So to answer your question, that 7% is real good. Where do you do
Yeah,
most of
don't
your,
think,
go
don't
ahead.
focus so much. Like we tend to think like on the present, right? Like don't focus so much on what you're losing right now, but focus on what your profit's going to be in the end run. Like if Andy were to focus on the 15%, that's steep. That's a lot. But what he's getting at the very minimum, $150,000, $120,000 per build after the 15%.
Right. So most people look at that 15% and won't even do the deal because they feel like they losing. How you losing and it ain't your money? It's their money.
Mm-hmm.
So they giving you the opportunity. Ain't nobody else gonna give you the opportunity. So if you trying to get all these low numbers, you getting less opportunities to start making moves. While you trying to
Yeah.
spend 3, 4, 5 months trying to find a low loan, I don't did my project and I'm about done with it with a high loan and finna cash out. So you really don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
You just look for the opportunity. Somebody get the opportunity and you still can make money and the numbers make sense. Just jump on it. Don't worry about the numbers. Just worry about what you're gonna make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody got to eat. They got to eat too. Everybody get paid. They taking a risk on you with their money. So let them get a little something too, cause you probably don't have most of the experience that you really need from a bank to get them low interest rates. So with them dealing with a hard money lender, they take more risk and it's less paperwork. So you got to pay for the less risk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where do you do most of your projects, Andy? I like in what state? I'm in Florida, like Tampa Bay area. Say thanks for the number, GG. I'm at a 720 on TransUnion, got 7 positives.
How many
Accounts.
negatives you got in there? How many negative accounts, like late payments, charge-offs, collections? If you're at 720, you either don't have enough positive accounts reporting or you have something going on in there.
Probably say Andy
Um,
adopt me, dog.
I'll bring SBS on.
SBS on?
Uh,
What'd you say?
I'm gonna bring SBS on. You gone?
You doing still up, man? You still in Miami?
Nah, I got a
He
jacket
put
on.
his clothes back on.
Yeah, you know, I know.
Oh yeah, you got a jacket on. My bad. I know he has.
Yeah.
You might know.
Yeah, man.
What's
What's going on
good
with
with
y'all,
you?
man?
Trying to get the people some game late night.
Late night? Hey,
I'm
this
on.
this 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 must be a move. So why y'all giving game late night? This I'm missing out on something. Can y'all educate me on something? Hey,
No, we just got to
We,
Vegas. I just got to Vegas, and it's a whole different time zone here.
okay,
yeah.
It's about 10 o'clock
okay.
here.
So it's
It's
about
1 o'clock
10:30
other
then.
place.
Okay.
Huh?
So what you doing out Vegas, bro? What's going on out Vegas?
Joe, they got a little conference out here where they showing you how to build like multi-family apartment complexes, 200 units. So how you build all commercial stuff. I'm just going to the next level. That's it.
I ain't get that
Just
email, yo.
going.
I ain't get the email. I ain't get the email for that information.
You know what I'm saying? We got to come in one at a time.
Hey, MsCNotes, did you get an invitation to that conference?
I sure did. Guess where
You
I'm
know,
at?
man.
You in Vegas?
I sure am.
Oh boy.
You're the only one that was left
Oh
out,
boy.
man.
That sound like y'all. That's how y'all move though.
You was
That's
in
cool.
Miami. You was down there trying to get a tan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You walk around with your shirt off in the MIA. You want to think about this?
I'm in
No
Tampa.
shit.
Somebody said they in Tampa. They want to link up with you, but you in Vegas. Get the tired of losing money. Hold on.
I can't get the link to my phone, Andy. I don't know what's on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I'm using my personal phone. I can't. I'm not getting text messages. Can you
Yeah.
can you um can you put it on there and then I'm gonna try to pin it?
Really? I don't know how to do that. Put it on where?
Put it
as
on
a
the
test?
comment. Yeah, put it
Yeah,
in the
you
comment.
already pinned. You already pinned it. It's already pinned.
No, no, no. I'm trying to put his he has a book out. And it's so instead of having 40 steps, he made it 88 steps now to
Okay.
100K.
Yeah, so somebody asked, do you refinance out of a hard money? Yeah, we always refinance out the hard money at the end. We refinance it, get our money back, and repeat the process. Airbnb the property and just let it make 2, 3 times the rent. Collect a little passive income on it.
Thanks. What's your real estate portfolios looking like?
SBS. So what do you recommend? What do you recommend people do that are starting off building credit?
Building. Call you. They need to call GGE. Call. Yeah, call
Where's
GG.
Annika?
Yeah, it's like y'all know. There you go. Which I don't know what kind of service y'all got, man. Y'all probably on who y'all got?
Well, she
Metro
wanted me to go
got?
get this link. You know,
I got
she asked
Verizon
me to
and
just go get
T-Mobile.
the link.
You got Verizon, T-Mobile. Okay.
I got a link on that, GG. I just dropped it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, my man got the landing page. Why don't people just
Thank
Airbnb all
you. Click on that. Make sure that's the right one.
Yeah, we
Oh,
gonna
it don't
call
got
Gigi then. Look, they say we gonna call Gigi then. They gonna call Gigi.
What you got going on, man? How the Miami trip was? What you got? What was down
Bro, I
there? What
was
happened?
bro, I really wasn't doing nothing, man, but getting away. You know, just getting to the other side. You know what I mean? I want to move down there. I was saying it the other day on the call. So I want to move out there. But no, man, I seen y'all was on live, and I just came on because you know what I'm saying. I just, of course, like I'm also a student. I mean, I'm always studying, so you know, real estate is something that I like to listen to and learn. And so I seen y'all was on live, and you know,
Do you have
just
any
hopped on.
rentals, SBS, or no?
I got some rentals.
Yeah.
We got some rental properties. But yeah, Andy, I want to learn how to build, bro. That's why I'll be listen. Every time I see y'all talking, man, like, I'll be wanting to learn from y'all, man. I don't know why I don't got no sauce, man. I come on here and learn from y'all. Hey yo, yeah, Gigi, listen, Gigi gonna pick up for you. Just make sure you send the check. That's all you know what I'm saying? I was on the phone with her the other day. She said, "Gotta go." I ain't send that check, so she got right off the phone. But she went to the
Man, he
gym.
wasn't.
She went to the gym at 1 o'clock at night. I thought she was Oscar De La Hoya niece or something. I don't know what the hell was going on. You know what I mean? It was 1 o'clock in the morning and she's on the way to the gym. I said, oh, this must be Oscar De La Hoya niece. You know what I mean? We ain't seen no work ethic like that. You heard me?
You
That's the only
trained,
time I
huh?
got for myself.
Yeah.
That's the only time I got for myself. Otherwise, my phone is ringing.
Big fact, bro. You know that. Hell yeah. But no, no, the bill credit, you just need to add primary. I mean, you know, have some primaries, you know, for you guys. Have primary accounts on your file. Don't just be authorized users. A lot of people just, you know, want to get authorized users and feel like that's going to be a way to fix your credit. So that's just not the best way. So just make sure you get some primaries, you know, some high, if you can do secured loans, and if you have the money to kind of put high limits on that would be a good thing to do as well.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
She be knocking them out, boy. Trust me. Bloop, 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 bloop. You don't want them hands. You don't want them hands. I'm telling you, you don't want them hands, bro. You know what I mean? The credit bureau, the reporting agency don't even want them hands. So I'm telling you, you don't want them hands. You know what I'm saying? But
Somebody
no,
say
go ahead. But no,
the
I was just
refinance out of the hard money interest rate. We still at 15. You're leaving a lot of equity in the bill. Have more cash flow in the back. Yeah, we refinance out of that. We probably get it down to like between a 9 to 11, and then we still just keep repeating the process. We just get that 15% because it's easy to get. Like I could just have my guy come out there, he look at it, and he'll cut the check in 2, 3 days. Just by looking at it, he ain't got no send or appraisal out. He ain't got to go through all that.
Gigi, you saw it. My bad, Andy. I know you serious right now, but she saw it. Hey, what that
He's
say?
out of control.
What that say?
Y'all don't want to play, man.
Y'all
I
want to
fight
read that?
dirty.
Hey, Gigi, read that. Why you don't want to read that, Gigi? You don't read that comment? I ain't gonna read it even if you don't want to. All right, I can teach sis a lot of things. Listen, Trust me, hit her up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hit her up, bro. Cause she snapped on me for a free mentorship. Snapped on me free. Andy, I ain't. She snapped on me for free mentorship, bro. Snapped on me. I don't know. She blocked my number. I couldn't even get through for about 2 weeks, man.
No, I didn't block your number, dude. I did tell you though.
Yeah. It's all love. GG gonna straight go for the knife. Yeah, she don't play, bro. She don't play, man. But no, man. Like I tell you, every time I hop on, I tell y'all to tap on Andy and Gigi, man, because they got good stuff going on. And you know, even just the fact that they in Vegas right now, you know, to learn is a really big thing. So for both of y'all, just to kind of like, you know, as y'all further, what did y'all go? What do y'all plan on learning in Vegas? And then you know, information changes situations, right? It changes mentorships, changes master classes. So what do you guys plan on implementing into the, you know, the next level, and what does that look like? So right now, I know that the, you know, everything is a right now, it has a right now price, but if you get this new information, you know, the price is
Oh,
going to have to go up. You know what I'm saying? So let's
oh,
just talk about that. So let's just talk about that. Talk about, you know what I mean, where y'all at, what y'all got right now for the people, where the price is right now, and just let them know that, you know what I mean, like the information, so that they can know that, like, you know, what's coming, what you guys are in Vegas for right now, and how that's going to change the price, and how they need to tap in right now.
Right now, we got the boot camp where we showing everybody, you know, how to build a house from the ground up using a credit card. Basically, we showing them how to get the bag, how to take the money off the credit card, then how to use that to make a bigger bag. Use that to build houses, flip that and make 100K plus doing it. So right now we doing that, and we ain't charging them nothing but like $5 grand to show them all that. We getting their credit right. Then we showing them how to get the bag, tell them what to get, how to get it, how to take the money off, how to flip it, and that's what they get for the 5. We got the boot camp December 3rd and 4th down in Clearwater, Florida. We got that. We got a mastermind program where I walk you through the whole process, holding your hand step by step on building a house. Right now, that's 35K. And then right now, I'm in Vegas. Cause next year I'm planning on doing multifamily. I'm gonna do townhomes, and I'm gonna do subdivisions. So I ain't even trying to do like single families no more. I'm trying to step it up. So I'm teaching them the single family game now, and I'm up here trying to get this apartment complex game. They up here, they building 200 units. They ain't even playing them M's. Like it ain't no. It's a whole nother league up here. So that's what we up here trying to get. We trying to get to the next level all the way. So imagine, you know, we once we get that, run that up, you already know what the price gonna be.
No, man, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough, man. So in terms of like Gigi, how do you have people take the you know, turn their credit to cash? You know what I'm saying? What kind of credit cards do you usually have people try to go for, and then how do you help them turn it to cash? What's y'all methods on getting the cash?
So at the boot camp, we teach them how to fill out the application. So when you guys fill out the application, like even growing up, we thinking that we need to put the number that we have, like as far as like the income that we currently have. But what should go on there is projected income, like what we think we're going to be making, right? So you obviously you're gonna fluff it up a little bit, and then one of the easiest banks to get into, and actually where they give you a high limit credit score, a high limit credit card, is Navy Federal. You can tap into Amex, and then Amex gives you multiple cards at the same time with one inquiry. There's Chase, there's Bank of America, there's Truist, there's Regions, there's KeyBank. There's just so many banks out there. There's so much money. The whole concept or the whole idea behind getting all these cards is to turning the plastic into cash or profit, another form of income. And one of the ways that I teach on these people is using Stripe. So you're basically billing yourself. And that's how you're extracting the money out of the cards. And like when I buy houses, because I buy houses, I don't do new construction, so I buy houses that need a little makeup on there. And when I buy houses, I use Plastique, and I send the money directly from my credit card to the attorney's office, because in Alabama and Georgia, I can go through an attorney to close. So I send my money directly to them. It might cost me a fee, but in the back end, I'm getting points. And then I'm using that as a foundation to be able to get a credit limit increase. That's what I do.
Sounds good.
Somebody asked me, well, somebody asked how much are y'all paying to be in that conference? I don't even know what it cost you, Gigi.
I don't know. That was when did we pay for it? Like 2 months ago? I don't remember how much it was. I remember how much
It
this one was.
wasn't much though. I don't think it wasn't more than 1,500. I don't think. We don't care.
No.
If there's something we want to go to, we just gonna pay for it. It don't even matter what it costs. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what we
we
gonna
don't
pay.
even know.
For
So
sure.
the cost wasn't even the problem. It didn't even matter what it cost. It just I knew what they wanted, what was going on here, and we was coming no matter what it cost. So that didn't even matter.
So for the
It just
ticket, I don't know how much it was, but it's like if I would have bought the ticket, like the airplane ticket without using points, I think I told you was like $1,000 or something like that.
yeah,
And the hotel stay was like another $1,200, I think I told you. So that's like $2,200 plus however much the conference was.
right.
So yeah,
Mine
it's at
was
least 20.
mine was I'm paying 600 just for the night. Mine was like 700, 1,700 total just for the 4 days I'm staying here, not including my flight and not including the room. I'm at the conference. So basically, I just knew we knew what they got. We want. We need some of the information. We don't even need all the information. We just need a nugget or two. We just need a
Mm-hmm.
gem or two that we ain't doing right now that could take us to that next level. Like basically, the building process is like the same. Like only thing I'm really looking for now is like at the beginning of the process when they putting down all them pipes, when they put down all that plumbing, when they got to get all the they got to put a septic tank on the field. They got to run that to all the houses. I need that process. Once I get that, all the rest of it gonna be basically the same. You just doing multiple. You just doing bigger numbers. So
Yeah.
that I'm up here trying to look for that, looking for them little gems right there on the beginning part of the process.
I mean,
Once it comes.
information changes the situation, man. That's my, you know what I mean? Saying like you said, so, when you don't have that information, so sometimes you got to pay, and that's a great investment in yourself, whatever the investment is, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right. As long as you know you're gonna go there and get something out of it, it's well worth it. It's well worth just sitting at home trying to keep your money and not knowing nothing. Then you ain't getting nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's best like you got to get around people that's
that's
making
not,
moves.
that's what's sad, man. Y'all, I ain't getting nowhere with y'all, man. Y'all left me right in Baltimore. Y'all already out there getting that. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Facts, Black Pearl. Facts, Black Pearl. You know what I'm saying? They ain't right, man. They ain't right. Then they laughed at me. So you got your coat back on? You back in Baltimore? Yeah, man. Back with the road.
You got
So
your coat back on.
Yeah.
You're back home.
y'all at about 10, 20 degrees.
Nah, it's actually all right. It's actually the weather's kind of different. You know what I mean? It's been better than what I expected. You know what I mean? How do y'all stay
Yeah.
motivated? Man, listen. I don't know, man. Like, man, my first question, if you got any kids, like, you got one. One should be enough to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got one. That's all I need. Look, I'm motivated every day. You know what I'm saying? I got one child. Like, I mean, to me, I think that's it. But, to answer your question, man, motivation is really not, it's just like, it's sometimes like some of the like a relationship sometimes, right? Like, some relationships are here today and they benefit you today, but may not be the same tomorrow. And so that's how motivation is set up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be motivated sometime, but you can get into situations where it's unmotivating. And
Mm-hmm.
what really keeps somebody going is their consistency. So, yeah, I mean, what I would just say is don't stay motivated, stay consistent. You know what I mean? Because when you're consistent, then you only have
And
to work for it.
another thing, success is like an addiction.
Right.
Once you get something accomplished. Now you want to go to that next level. Now you want to do the next big thing. Now you want to move to the next thing. So it's like you never get comfortable. Like to me, I like being able to leave when I want to leave, go where I want to go without looking at like what it costs. I like being able to get a car, go pull up, go get a car just cause I want it. I like
Mm-hmm.
being able to go buy a lot just cause it's in a nice area. Like I can do what I want to do, and I like that. Like I don't gotta ask nobody to do nothing. Like I cut my own check. If I want it, I get it. It's like that easy, and I like that. I like being able to do that, and that's why I keep grinding. And my kids, I gotta leave my kids something because nobody never left me nothing. So each one of my kids, I'm gonna leave them a house, and I'm gonna leave them like 50 to 100 grand. That's my goal.
How many kids you got, Andy?
I got 4.
4 kids. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know. I just wanted to know. I knew you had some. I know you had some Andes running, some little Andes running around this motherfucker. So,
And I got 4, and I got, I got to lean in with the options. Like, we ain't have no options. So they got the options. You do what you want to do. Like, you got this, and you can sell it. You can keep it, keep the money coming in. It's on you. You can live in it. You got that option to do what you want to do.
so question, bro. Like, and I just because I know that some people like, okay, he said his broke mom ain't leaving nothing, right? So I'm gonna ask this question. Just, like, when did you at a point as an entrepreneur, business owner, get to, like, 10 grand a month? When did you first crack? What year? What month? I don't know. When do you remember when you got to, your first, like, 10 grand a month?
My first 10 grand. You mean making 10 grand a month consistently, or just my first 10 grand?
Well, both, right? Because both one gave you, like, the, hey, I can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Mine,
Like the,
I don't get paid monthly. Gigi get monthly checks.
okay,
My checks come like if I sell a house, or like when I do boot camp. Like,
okay,
mine come in big numbers. I might get 150 in 3 months.
gotcha.
So I ain't got no monthly
No,
income.
I got you. No, I
I
got
got
you.
big numbers. They just come, periodically.
Okay. So has it ever? I mean, I got you. When was your first? Okay. When was your first joint where you was like, I'm saying, like, your first breakout? You know what I'm saying? Because I think about. I mean, we got people. We got
After
22
I
people
got
on the
my
call.
first 100, that first 100 was that was a whole nother level. When I first got
Okay.
that first 100,000. You
What
see,
plays did you run? I guess what was the play? Not a play. Oh, not play. Can you take? Because what happens is I know that we make money and I know that we travel. Like, and you talk your shit. Yo, I travel. I do. I'm boss. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I got that right. But there's people on the call that like genuinely they do work. You know, see, like,
right,
what I start to realize, like, sometime in our space, like, we just live, you know what I mean? And we just do,
right.
right? So,
That's
like,
normal.
not that we forget, you know what I mean? It's not that we forget, but because, like, you are what you think about, right? And so all we think about is goals and money and rich, and you see what I'm saying? But that's things that we've learned, right, through our journey, right? But how do we, like, and I just wanted to say, I guess, to the person it's 23 people in here, you know what I mean? How do, let's just say someone was at work or had a job, they was trying to say, okay, I want to get to 10 grand, I want to get to 20 grand, I want to get to 100, I want to do that, right? What would just be like,
Okay.
not just some steps, but you know what I'm saying? I was trying to take you back. I know it's been a while, you know what I'm saying, too. You know what I mean? So I was just trying to take you back, you know what I mean? Because I think that sometimes we gotta look at it like that, like, damn, like, okay. Because,
Basically, you
we
saying
talk
if I was to start over, if I was to start over, like, what would I do?
either that, that's a great question. Or if you could think about, like, your actual plays, like your actual, like, your life, you feel what I'm saying? Like, because we all I mean, well, I think maybe Gigi don't, but I don't know, like, we all remember, like, when we had that, I don't want to say a breakout, but when things started to turn around, you see what I'm saying? Like, I know that at some point you was down, or maybe not, you could have always been up. I mean, everybody's story different too, like,
I want to know who he's up.
okay. But
No,
yeah,
like
okay, so if you start over, what would you do? That's one. But if you can remember in
right
your
now.
own life, like,
Okay, just say if I was at a job, like you say, the people at a job right now,
right,
and they making, they're trying to make ends meet or get everything together. The first thing I do is get my credit right, so I can be able to give me over 100K in funding.
okay,
Then after that, you got to find out what you really like and what you really want to do. Like, I like real estate because I like taking things, and making it better. Like with real estate, I take dirt and make it a house. So I like that transformation.
right,
So I always wanted to do real estate. So I started out wholesaling. I was fixing flipping. So I was always in it. But to me, that's what I wanted to do, real estate. So I found real estate and I just got into it and just learned all I can about it. So whatever you want to do, like you got to get it, while you working at that job, you got to be spending some time on your own self too when you off that job. That way, because that job ain't going to get you to that next level. The only way you're going to get to that next level is doing something for yourself. So basically, once you find out what you want to do for yourself, you go ahead and get them credit cards and you just invest that money in that on whatever you want to do for yourself.
gotcha,
And that's what's going to get you to that next level. But you got to be able to have the credit cards that are going to give you that option to do it. And
gotcha,
that's the easiest way to do it instead of trying to go get a loan from a bank because, you already know how that works. Like they want so much information. Credit card is like the easiest way right now. And right now too, a lot of people like be on Instagram and all this social media for no wrong reason. Everybody on there trying to look good for the people, trying to take pictures of themselves and do all this and that. and you can make millions of dollars on the internet. So basically, all you got to do is get a goal that you want to do, put it on the internet, and you get paid for it. Like if you're gonna be on there, you get paid for it. Don't just do it for nothing. And then
I'm
another
gonna
thing
add to.
too. Hold on, one more. You got me talking, and I don't even talk like
I
this.
know.
Another thing too, like when I made that ebook, I made an ebook basically telling people what I do. I did this in January. It took me like 3 months to write the ebook, but from that one ebook, I done made what about $45,000 this year from it. So if you working and then you make an extra 45K, you got some stuff you can play with. Now you got more options now. Now you can decide, okay, I want to do this now. Like I done did the book. Now I want to do something a little where I can make a little more. So basically, the whole goal in life is to get options to do like more things and get more money around you so you can make bigger plays. Okay, Gigi, you can go.
I'm gonna add to Andy because
No. We don't want you to add to Andy. We want you to start
I'm
from
gonna
scratch.
add to Andy
Why you can't
because
start from scratch? And don't say that you would get your credit straight and all that. No, you got to come
no,
on.
no,
You know what I
no.
mean? Give him something a little
Because
bit. You know what I mean?
no, because partnership SBS is going to make you blow up. Like
Right,
where Andy is weakened, I come into place. Like he doesn't like doing the admin stuff. He doesn't like doing the back stuff. He doesn't even like talking sometimes. So when he doesn't like doing that stuff, I'm doing it.
right. That was a big thing too. Like, okay,
Yeah.
just from the beginning of this, like I'm gonna tell y'all, like November of last year, about September last year. So if you look at my Instagram, I was just showing videos of stuff, not me. I wasn't in no videos. I wasn't talking. I wasn't doing nothing because I wasn't on that. I was behind the scene doing my thing, making my money on the back end. I wasn't worried about doing it for nobody else. Then I got, we in RPX. So I got with the dude. He was telling me about like how I need to be teaching it, like telling me about boot camps and, you know, stuff like that. Like that wasn't even on my mind. I wasn't even, cause me, I ain't even trying to talk to nobody. So he got me into doing that. Then all of a sudden, we supposed to start the one in January, my March, my first boot camp. So they flaked out on me because I ain't have enough people in the boot to do the boot camp. They like figured there wasn't enough money because they was gonna do mostly the talking. I was gonna be more like they asking me the questions and then I'm answering the questions that way. But I had less than 10 people. I had like 9 people. So they were saying that they didn't want to do it. They wanted to push it back. But I'm like, no, I don't got these people money. I got to go ahead and finish.
Yeah.
So I had to end up going ahead and just doing it myself. And that was the blessing that I had. Because if I would have had them with me, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Like, we just figured it out. Me and Gigi came up and just figured out how to do it. Like, we were there putting it together, figuring it out along the way. We ain't have it planned out. We just made it happen. And look where it got us at now.
Mm-hmm.
But that was all off of, like, what you're saying, off of somebody else. Like, this wasn't my idea. I'm just doing it because it was brought to my attention. Then I met Gigi and just brought Gigi along. Like, without Gigi, a lot of this wouldn't get done either because Gigi do a lot of the work. It's like me, Gigi, like, she's my
I'm
pimp. I'm the
pimping him.
prostitute. She pimp me. I'm out here on Instagram doing what I do. I do what I do. I do the hustle. I do the building. I do that part. Gigi on the back end, putting everything together. So without Gigi, like a lot of this that I got going on, wouldn't exist because I ain't got time to do everything.
I'm gonna translate that to what Andy said. I'm a blessing to him. You remember that, okay, Andy? When you get mad at me next time.
Facts.
So GG, so all right, let's say if you was, I know you same thing, but still, okay. I know that you would get your credit straight, I know you would get funded, but what's some other things that you would do? What's some other ways that you would? Let's say you wanted to make 10K a month. Okay, let's say you wanted to start a credit repair business. Teach these 23 people 1:57 in the morning on my time, probably like 11 y'all time, how they could grow and start a credit repair business that can get to 10,000 a month.
I think the way I started credit repair was doing it by myself, like doing it on my own. Like I learned it doing it on myself. So I got myself from the mid fives to an 800. So I knew what I needed to do and not do in order to do that. But if people are doing it and not doing it with experience, I feel like it's a little bit more hard than it is than if they actually went through it, you know? So I think like do go through it yourself, and then obviously tap into courses and mentorships, like people that you trust, in order to be able to um to do, I guess, to do what you learn for other people, because you can't do stuff for other people that you didn't go through. That's how, I don't know, that's how I did it. I don't know how to start, like I wouldn't be able to do it for somebody else if I didn't do it myself, if that makes sense.
You
Like
got to see the results first.
everything I teach, everything I do for other people, I've done it. I've done it on myself.
It make everything easier when it's actually something you know how to do. Like you ain't got to learn it to teach somebody. Like you just be like me.
Yeah.
What I do, I just teach y'all what I do every day. I
Yeah.
ain't got to go in and try to figure out what to tell y'all or what to teach y'all. I just do what I do. I tell y'all what I do, and it make it that much easier for me. Like all I gotta do is pick up the phone and record what I'm doing for the moment. And to y'all, it's something new to y'all. But to me, it's like what I do.
Yeah. So like we both everything we do, we're doing it from experience. It's not like something that we're experimenting on, hoping that we get it right. Like we've done it. We both done it.
We do it. We ain't done it. We
Yeah,
do
we
it.
do it. We do it. I'm a,
Somebody,
and I'm gonna go back to what motivates me, because I really wanted to talk about that.
Mhm.
Right now, we hopped on the live. Andy didn't want to hop on the live. He didn't want to do it.
right?
Why we do it, Andy?
Cause you made me do it.
I know
He
why.
motivated.
He want all the credit repair clients, yo. GG want, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is some genuine shit. Yeah, this is genuine shit. If you want your credit repaired, she wants to repair that shit. She don't care about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Andy probably gotta do the funding. She don't even care about the funding. I'm telling you, what all she want is remove the negative items. So
Right? She addicted to it.
I'm trying to, she will sell. Listen, she will sell credit repair all night. We'll be on this bitch till 8 o'clock in the morning. She be telling us. So listen, I try to tell y'all, man. If y'all want somebody to move y'all negative items, hit her up. Yeah, the babe. She want all the smoke. Like with every charge off, with every collection, with every bankruptcy, like Shorty want all the smoke. You know what I mean? So that's why she made you do the live, man, because she want them customers, bro. I tell you, see, you got boot camps and all that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You people got tomorrow morning, Glenn, right? Yeah, man. Building, you know what I mean? That's boot camps. You see what it
Right.
say? I've got a text, man. It said text something to 404 positive accounts. Text positive accounts to 404. So whatever the number is, it's up there. Y'all unpinned it, right? But she want them repair clients, man. And the reason I said that because she's serious about it. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's nobody else that really want your like that want to repair your negative items like she did. I will say that. You know what I'm saying?
It really opens door for you guys. I was working 3 jobs at one time. I had 3 mouths to feed at that time. I had 3 jobs to work. I was going to school, sleeping in my car because I didn't have enough money to like not be able not have to work 3 jobs. Once I got my score to a 720 and 800, I was able to start buying houses. I created another form of income. I'm at the point where I don't have to work anymore. I got a rental portfolio for my kids.
Right.
And I
You still
started
got a
from
job?
nothing. Huh?
You still got a job?
I don't have to work. I don't have to do this, SBS. I don't have to do this.
You don't have to do what? How
None of
people put
this
their
stuff.
credit reports? Oh,
I
boy,
don't have to work.
you worse than a third party collection agency. Boy, golly.
I don't have to do this.
Yo, GG want to repay y'all credit, yo. That's why Andy is on the live right now. Andy is in Vegas. He ready to get the sending with the
I'm
sending. You know
kidding,
what I
Andy.
mean? Andy want to get the sending. He's like, I got to do. All right, Gigi. All right, I get him alive. God. Gigi want no customers, yo. But no, that's good.
No, and we're trying to teach people too about it's about building too, about getting into the boot camp. Like what Andy's teaching people. It's hard for some people to grasp the concept that you're able to create another form of income from real estate. You don't have to use your own money. You're using other people's money the entire time.
That's what they don't understand. They always thinking they don't have the money, they don't have the funds, they don't have the access. When all you gotta do, if you got the credit, you got it. That's all you need. You just need the credit. The credit is your friend. The credit is the way for you to scale. The credit is the way for you to get to the next level. Without credit, you nothing out there. You're dead. You can't make no moves.
You can't get into an apartment. You can't get a car. You can't get a house. You can't get nothing. You're working day to day, just living. You can't do nothing.
Walking dead. You get credit, you're on a whole another level. People look at you different. It's just, I don't know what to say. It's totally different. I understand, like, before I was like, I ain't want no debt. I'm gonna buy everything. I just own my properties cash. I ain't taking no money out of my property. I'm gonna own my property. I got this. I got 2, 3 houses all paid for. I ain't got no mortgage. I'm this. I'm that. Looking like a pure fool. Everybody else got 5, 10, 20 properties. I'm around here with 2, 3 thinking I'm doing something. And they really, I'm around here playing. I got all this wasted money tied up equity in the house that I ain't using. It just don't make sense. Don't make sense. They gotta learn the game. January 30th.
30th?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Aquarius? No.
Aquarius.
Right, okay. Gigi, when your birthday?
I'm a Pisces, March 9th. I expect a present, SBS.
Only thing we're going to do is send you about some water. That's the only thing we're going to do. That's all.
Holy water.
That's all we're
Why
going to do.
you asking for my birthday if you ain't going to give me that present?
If you know a Pisces and you want to wait to their heart, send them to the water. They like mermaids out here. There's a bunch of mermaids out here, man. They all Pisces, I'm telling you, man. You take it to some water, not a shower. Like, you got to be like, ocean or something like, I'm telling you.
No, I want a present, man. Screw the water.
Listen. If you take Gigi by the water, give her a MacBook where she can send some letters, do some
Wi-Fi? Give me a Wi-Fi?
If she can do, listen, as long as she can do a CFPB complaint, boy, I'm trying to tell you, you be all right.
SBS. Did I not tell you that I don't do any of that stuff? I got a team that does it. So all I need is my cell phone.
Who's on your team, Gigi? Where's these people at? You keep pimping around on Instagram. Paying them $3 an hour. She paying $3 an hour keeping my team. That is not our team. That is our team, yo. She get paid off of them. You don't get paid with them. My team. They don't get paid with you. Like, nah, I'm messing with you, Gigi. But no, she definitely got a team to repair the credit. And Andy definitely can help you build a house. So I think that their team, just what they doing is phenomenal. So, if you want to tap in, man, and if you want your credit straight, the first person you need to call is Gigi for sure. And then if you want to definitely, move forward in terms of the rest of the process, that's what Andy does. So I think that's a great tandem, a great team, and that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Now I gotta find me a Gigi. You know what I'm saying?
I've been trying to tell you, dude. You looking for a job?
Nah. Job?
You don't want to get pimped out?
Nah, I don't want pimp. Listen, I still ain't signed up for class.
Look at Andy. He looks real happy.
That's why. No, he don't. He's bullied to get. He's getting bullied to get on lives at 3 a.m. He ain't happy.
Okay, dude, I want to do no more, huh? I'm Obama, right?
Yeah.
I'm putting in for a 2 years old.
I already know. Listen, she trying to get me. I already know. That's why He
was laying down. I was like, nah, man. Like, we jumping on this life. You said you were going to do it. Like, we got to do it.
We did. Hey.
So why you let her make you do the live, bro?
It's something we need, though. So in Thursday, we do it every Thursday anyway. The only reason we didn't do it earlier is because I was on the flight.
Right.
Yeah.
So So we're supposed to do it today anyway. I just didn't want to do it because I
Was
said,
that last Thursday when we was on live? That was Thursday?
yeah,
Last time?
Yeah.
no, we just was on live the other day, weekend, I think, Sunday.
Okay. I don't know. Okay.
What I was saying. But basically we do it every Thursday. So the only reason we didn't do it because I was on the flight still. She was already here, so still waiting on me.
How was the flight from
5 hours.
Okay.
That's enough. I ain't gotta say nothing else. 5 hours.
Yeah, Vegas is that's
I hate Vegas. I don't like Vegas.
you
I just
game?
got it. No. I don't gamble, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do nothing.
You married?
No.
You did a little freeze there. You know what I'm saying? No.
Let me ask you. You gotta think about it. Let me think about it.
Yeah.
He's out here.
No. Oh man, okay. So how long? So you don't drink, you don't smoke. Let's talk about that, right? Okay, I'm from Baltimore. Everybody do drugs, like big drugs, like that they get high. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that. Like, how have you been able to, like, you know what I mean, get to a point where you don't drink, you don't smoke? Are you like celibate? I'm not trying to be funny, but it just kind of just asking. Is it celibate as well, or it's just the non-smoking, non-drinking? You know what I mean? And
Well,
why
that's
did you
just,
make this decision? And how has that been like for your business and for your career?
it's always been like that. No drinking, no smoking, because I always watch the people around me that do it. And I look at the results, and don't nothing good come out of it. Like the drinking, they always get, you always gotta carry your friend home, get towed up drunk. The people don't forgot what they did the day before. And that ain't me. I like to stay focused and stay alert. And with drugs, people they get high, they get zoned out, they be thinking of, I don't know. I just like to stay maintain and chill, do my own thing. Like I get a natural high. I don't need no drugs to get me high.
Okay.
And then it costs too. It costs money to do that. And me, I don't like spending money on nothing that don't make me money.
Right. Now that makes sense, bro.
So if I'm gonna buy drugs, I'm gonna be the drug dealer. I ain't gonna be no drug user.
Right. That's
So it's just, I don't know.
so you never you never take a drink.
I smoked one time when I was 16,
Okay.
and then I fell asleep outside on the couch.
And that was it.
That was it. That's all I needed. I'll never do it again.
Right.
And then drinking, I drink like I drink some Moscato,
Okay.
something like that. But and that's like just rare.
Gotcha.
I got to be at home. I got to be in somewhere. I ain't gonna be out doing that. But liquor and all that, no, the taste is too strong for me. Like no, I ain't on that.
Okay.
And then a lot of people in my family, drunk too. And then you can walk around drunk. It's like no, I can't be like that. It's just me trying to be better. And not like people just, I don't know, just me. I'm just different.
No, that's lit, bro. That's lit, bro. No, that's lit.
Yeah.
So talk about, like, I mean, okay. So like, have you had any problem dealing with women? And that's what they do. Like, have you ever been influenced? Have you ever came into a situation where you felt like, I mean, you was influenced to do it or whatever? And I'm just asking this on, like, because I know that it takes discipline. So how old are you, bro?
I'm 42.
Okay. Yeah, man. So to be 42, bro, talk about that, bro. Like, what discipline did it take? You know what I'm saying? Have you been in situations where, women try to influence you? Oh, girl. Oh, boy. Oh,
All the time.
Andy. Ooh,
Everybody,
ooh,
oh,
ooh. You know what I mean?
you
Like,
need to drink. Come on, let's drink. Let's do that. Let's do that. Go and take a shot just for me. Well, no, who are you? Well, I'm going to take a shot for you. If you to try to get me to take a shot, now I don't even like you.
right.
You
Right.
trying to put me to do something I don't want to do.
Right.
And I don't do it. If I tell you I don't do something, why would you want me to do that?
Right.
It's like that's like a turn off to me.
Okay.
If I tell you I don't do something and you started trying to get me to do it, it's like, okay, I'll talk to you. We can do what we do, but this ain't gonna last long. Cause I already know where your head at. Your head ain't where I need it to be. You gotta respect what I want. Like if I don't do that and you can't respect that, that's a turn off.
That makes sense, bro. Yeah, yes. Tequila. I think she drinks tequila. My baby. I don't know for sure. I ain't never drunk with her, but if you ask me, she probably probably drink tequila.
That's a little. Why would it be tequila?
Why?
Why? Why
Well,
would it be tequila?
well, for obvious reasons, you look Espanol.
Because I'm Mexican?
Yes, you look Espanol. I didn't say Mexican. You look Espanol. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, no habla inglés. You see what I'm saying? No habla inglés. You know what I mean? So that's the obvious reason. But yeah, and then most women like tequila. Girls, they say girls love tequila.
I don't like tequila. I'll drink whiskey and I'll drink wine. Yes, I do drink.
Hennessy, Hennessy, the whiskey
Crown.
Hennessy, Crown
Crown.
Royal, what?
Yeah.
Apple. Okay,
No, the regular.
regular. Okay, so we're going on March the 9th. We're gonna make sure you send you by a beach with a big bottle of Crown Royal regular.
And my cell phone.
Yeah, and your cell
And
phone.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no Wi-Fi. No way. You can't get all
I
that.
need Wi-Fi, dude. I need to work.
No habla español. Psych, no,
When
I
S
got you. So
when
are you are
SDS
you
first
are, so are you from Mexico? Is that like
I'm I'm from San Diego, dude. I was born in the US.
okay?
Man, you was confusing me with what you say I was European. You
Oh, well, this is what I say so we can educate the people. You know what I mean? Because they always got some schism. You know what I'm saying? So basically, if you go on different applications, they might have different races, right? So you might see a black African American, you might see Indian, you might see they use a word called Hispanic. Okay, they'll use a word called Hispanic. But if you actually look at the definition of Hispanic, Hispanic is not really an origin. It's not a nationality. It's not a race. Okay, it's not any of that. It literally just means that you can speak Spanish. So the word Hispanic literally means Spanish speaking. And so they put it on applications as like a race. When no, you know what I'm saying? That would technically be, well, when I say European, they would say that that's, I don't want to say white people, but Europeans are people of Europe descent that speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So that speaks Spanish. So that's basically what Hispanic would be. Someone who has a Europe descent that basically speaks, you know what I'm saying, Espanol very properly. So that's all. I know that people go, I'm Hispanic but Hispanic is not, you know what I'm saying? If you come from Africa, you'll be African. Or if you came from, Italy, you'll be Italian. If you came from Germany, you'll be German. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So a lot of times they have different things out here that I just think, and it kind of go hand in hand with what I talk about when it comes to debt discharge, when it comes to, even the thing with Bank of America and how they got the Bank of America where all that really is allowing people,
Mhm.
who want to move into our neighborhoods, they can move into our neighborhoods now. And so now that they can move into our neighborhoods, what does that look like for us? Right? Imagine if you're competing with someone to move into a neighborhood that, and that basically you could live in. They now come into your neighborhood, but guess where you can't go? You can't go in their neighborhood.
Mm-mm.
So now
Mm-mm.
it's like if you got to put in an application and they moved into your neighborhood, where the hell you gonna go? You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times we gotta look at different things, whether it be the Hispanic and just using that as like, understanding, but we just gotta start looking at different things, whether it be applications, just different things, man. The system has put in place. Because you have people out here that think Hispanic really is a race. But it's not. And race just means that you come from a country, like a certain country. You know what I'm saying? Like us African, you know what I'm saying? If you're Italian, Italy, German, you know what I'm saying? You're Dutch, you know what I'm saying? So Hispanic, where's that at? They ain't got no Hispania. You know what I'm saying? There's no Hispania. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is you just got to understand. You know what I mean? A lot of things in the system is like, I don't even want to use the word rig, but it's geared and built for certain agendas. You know what I mean? So that's all I was saying, at the time. But I want to clarify that because I didn't want people to think
You
I'm
didn't confuse me with a white woman, huh?
not at all.
Nah.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. But I think it's just different things out here, man. You gotta really, even some of the stuff I've been talking about with the down payments of your cars or just the different laws and things like that. I think a lot of times we don't know. A lot of things that I post be real, true, but it's like people like, oh, you lying, you capping, you're scamming, blah blah blah. But what happens is you guys just don't. I mean, I didn't know either. You know what I'm saying? So even like them being there, getting this information about the multi-families, like what you know what I'm saying, the biggest expense that you can have is what you really don't know. That's one of the biggest
Mhm.
expenses that we all have. And so I think that whether it's credit repair and you tap into how to fix your credit yourself, if you pay a specialist like Gigi to do it, if you tap in on being able to build from the ground up, the most important part is just understand that like I said, we don't have the information. right? Like so many people want, you know, us to get free information, and we do that, and that's the crazy part. You know, you can give so much free information, still somebody still come and ask for more. Man, can I get more free? Huh? Get a whole free webinar, bro. You got a whole free PDF. You know, but what I find is that people will buy it or get the web, but they don't apply that
They
information.
don't do anything.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and that's not on us. You know,
So you never answered that question. About what would you do in your
me?
situation? If you,
I see. There you go. Y'all never asked me. Y'all ain't give a, you know what I mean? But no, I mean, no, man. Honestly, like, okay, a couple of things about the credit. Like, okay, you know, some of the obvious things is not obvious, but it's getting your credit and getting funded is obvious. You know, if it was me, one of the tips that I would give somebody beyond that, because that is like the most important. That is like, you know, like he said, it's everything, right? It's very important. But another thing that I would do is, and I think like for 20 people on here, like, you know, you guys all know something that me, Gigi, Andy, like that we don't know. Okay. It could be something as simple as fishing. You know, it could be something as simple as, you know, whatever your job is, like, you know. And the reason I say that is because everybody on here has specialized knowledge, right? So I guess my thing is, if you want to make 10 grand a month right now, I would think about what do you do right now that comes easy to you, that comes harder to other people, right? What is some things that you have fun doing, that you would love doing, and you can help people do it? You know, like just thinking of things that you do better than other people, or that you have an expertise or more of an understanding in that other people don't, right? And if I understand that, then now I have a product, or I have some sort of what I can call a product, right? Whether I don't know about boot camp, whether I don't know about masterclass, whether I don't know about mentorships, right? But yeah, I mean, I'm quite sure at the time, even though you didn't know about those different things, you still had a product. You already had a product, which was your intellectual information, right? That you already knew, the stuff that you was already building, the stuff that you was already running, you know what I mean, doing in terms of getting your money, right? So you already had intellectual property, right? But what someone showed you is how you could turn that into currency. Right? How can I take my intellectual property and turn that into currency? Right? So much currency that you took 90 days, okay, to put something together that made you what some people make all year. Right? So maybe somebody didn't test the play. He said, hey, look, it took me 90 days to make the ebook. Correct, right? 90 days to make the ebook. So it took him 3 months to make an ebook. The ebook made $45,000, right, since January. Now, some of you on the call, you can work all year and still don't get $45,000. Okay? Now, why am I saying it? Because that is a play. So what do you have right now? What information do you have? What do you have? What do you know that you can figure out a way to package? Now, maybe you haven't figured out how to package yet. I get that. Because he didn't know how to package it either. Right? He didn't know how to do that. That wasn't the thing. See, he had to go pay for an event. He had to pay $3,500 to get around somebody else who had an idea or something who can bless them. That's fine. We'll get to that point later, because I ain't gonna get. That's something $3,500 and what everything he paid for that to get to that information that got him on Instagram talking every single morning. That's something that we didn't get to that point, because basically what he told you guys is that he got uncomfortable. A lot of people just see, if he say it make it sound cool, he got uncomfortable. Okay, he had to get uncomfortable because what he said was, I was making videos, but it wasn't with me in it. I was doing this, but I wasn't in it. But what he said was, look, for me to go to the next level, guess what I had to do? He, in a sense, had to get uncomfortable with comfortable. Whatever was comfortable for him, he had to get what? Uncomfortable. He got so uncomfortable that guess what the new comfortable is? He now sitting on live looking at me. Like, yeah, bro, get him. Right? So what I'm saying is that you guys, so if y'all somebody read that, right? But so if you're on the call, like, figure out what you can have an expertise in. What do you do better than other people? And figure out how can you package that. It might be an ebook. It might be a masterclass. It could be a one-on-one coaching call. It could be anything that you want it to be, but it just needs to be valuable that you can educate the other people. Now, you might not know how to market it yet, because like I know that's the next biggest thing that people have an issue is marketing. But I find that like we can show you how to market, but we can't make your product for you. We can't build your intellectual property for you. And maybe you're on a call like, dang, man, I don't really know nothing. I don't specialize in it. I don't know nothing, right? then that means that you need to go and study. I don't care what it is. But if you don't know anything more than an average Joe, we can guess what your bank account will be. We can guess what your future will look like. Right? This is all very simple, because if you're not going to get books and you're not going to place value into yourself, then how can you be valuable to anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So maybe you're like, oh, I don't know any skills. I don't know. Okay, great. Well, then why don't you have to tap into something, and you gotta learn it. You gotta put the time in. You gotta go hard, like Andy did, like Gigi did. Right? They got into something. Boom, went hard. Put the time in. Put the effort in. Put the energy in. Right? Yeah, he paid to go to Vegas. It wasn't about nothing. He didn't check the stats. You know why? Because he put the time, put the work in. The whole time we can give y'all the blueprint, the boot camp, fly you to Clearwater, Florida right now. What are you gonna do about that? What are you gonna do when you get the information?
Action is what's really needed in anything you do. If you ain't got the action, ain't nothing gonna work for you.
So, but I just that's my thing, man. Y'all gotta take action. Tap in with the information. But the biggest thing that you have to do is get uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable where you are right now. Figure out what you know that most people don't know. Figure out what comes easy to you that comes hard to other people. Put it together. Figure out how you can package it. Right? Because, you know what I'm saying? You can right now change your situation if you had a product for sale online. I see so many people, shop on Amazon. He makes, multiple billions a day because of people shopping.
Right.
People see Andy, see Gigi, spending money with him, right? The masterclass, the boot camp, the credit repair. Like, it, you know what I'm saying? It's all about you being able to invest in yourself, wanting to win, wanting to invest in yourself. You know what I mean? We don't, like you said, man, we don't gotta have your money. We want the stories. People always say, what do you get out of it? The story?
Right.
The fact that I helped you? You ain't doing, not the same, outside of that, I'm already, you know what I'm saying? I got the information. I'm helping you now to get the information. The reason I want to help you because I want you to be my next success story. If you're on a call right now and you can get into the boot camp, you need to be you should want to be the next success story. That's the thing. People join stuff and just want to be average. Like, yo, if I'm going to buy the boot camp 5K, guess what? I'm gonna go and I want to be number one in the boot camp. I want to be number one real estate investor, number one wholesale. I want to be number one in everything. If I paid $5,000 to get the boot camp, I want to be the first person to Clearwater, Florida, the last person to leave. I want to be the first person on a project, on the ground, on the dirt. You know what I'm saying? When it's dirt, I want to be there. I want to be dirt. When they picking up the dead bodies, moving out my yard. Hey man, get these dead bodies out my yard. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm trying to be right there with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to want. Listen, you can say what you want. You know what I mean? But when it comes to burying people, listen, even with listen, this was amazing about land to me, wealth and all that. Y'all can say what you're talking about Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump is so smart. This man had a golf course and buried his wife on the golf course. Buried her. Dumped the dirt. Here you go, babe. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Go right on this golf course. Now people like sound like crazy, but guess what? He got tax breaks for that. Tax breaks for burying your dead wife. You got rid of a headache, you know what I mean? You got tax breaks. Like, come on, man. It's like, no, it's a joke, right? I'm not joking. That's not good, right? But I'm just saying that he understood the assignment, that he was able to bury his wife on his own land, and then he did it, got tax deductions. Right now, Andy might not talk about that because he's teaching other things, but I want you guys to know that's powerful to me. It's powerful that if you know see what is really powerful about that, that's information. Like, I'm from Baltimore. Like, I'm telling you right now, there's people that will let you bury their grandma in your backyard. They didn't have to pay taxes or something. And you might think it's a game, but I'm so serious, bro. I'm serious. Baltimore right now, if you call somebody and they knew the law and they ain't had to pay no taxes, people will be letting you bury their peoples in their backyard. Real talk. Right? So it's just so much that we don't know about the law. Like, and that was my point. I might have made it funny, but it's so much that we don't know about the law that we got to tap in. Like, I never knew that. Would anybody even think that? Yo, you got some land, you bury some people on there, you ain't got to pay no taxes? Like, he ain't about to start a mortuary, but he got one body. He eliminated all the taxes. Like it's a whole golf course. Like I'm tripping off. It's a whole golf course. He eliminated all the taxes with one body. His wife, like, come on, man. So what happens is like and this is what to me, like when I hear stuff like that, I'll be like, yo, what other laws is it that like we don't know? What other tax breaks or incentives is there? Somebody said that. Yeah, somebody said that, bitch. Y'all going crazy. What they talking about? I don't even know. Okay. Y'all need to chill out, man. I see Baltimore. Somebody said, shut the fuck up, bitch. Can't take Baltimore nowhere. But my bad, man. I'm sorry. I ain't.
Got his feeling hurt, man.
Yeah, shut the bitch ass up, Omar, and just watch the live. Oh, I don't know, man. Damn, Boost. Hey, you said you was 16, bro. You supposed to be in. Come on, man. You can't be cussing this time of night, bro. You got school in the morning. Come on, man.
He's supposed to be in bed.
Yeah, man. Don't be doing that. Come on, bro. Hey, my man, I don't know what's going on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do nothing, man. I don't know. Listen, bro. Please don't. Please, man. We don't got time for that right now. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the reason I say all this to say, man, there's so many laws and things out there that we don't know. And I think that it's important that we start understanding it from that standpoint of just at least having understanding, like, you know, like a lot of time we post stuff, like you post stuff, you know what I mean, Gigi posts stuff about the laws with the credit, you post stuff with the real estate, people hop in the comment, oh yeah, he's scamming, oh, ooh. Like, my thing is, why do people that don't have information so quick to call smiles information is wrong or scam or like that? It makes no sense. And then the people that do it, they don't have nothing to do with real estate. They ain't got no property. You know what I'm saying? But then they hop on your comment. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, come on, man. Y'all got to do better than this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hop on your joint GG. They ain't prepared their own credit. You know, and it's like you got something to say. So I just want you guys to know, man, you got to invest in yourself. You need to invest in the information. If you want real estate information built from the ground up, invest in what they got going on. Because like he said earlier, if you hold on to the money, where is that going to take you? Where's holding on to your money going to take you? You know what I mean? So that's, you know, you got to invest in yourself. You got to want to win. You got to want to participate in your own rescue. That's all. So what y'all, okay, so y'all in Vegas tonight. What is y'all doing tonight? What's the, I mean, it's early. It's like 11:30. What are y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm gonna get ready to take a shower and go to bed. Get up early in the morning, be one of the first ones down there.
So do you, okay, so bet, bro, what do you do for fun? Okay, I know you don't smoke, drink. What do you do for fun? Play basketball, football?
I play basketball every Sunday. I play basketball. I get massages. I do what I want to do.
Hold up. You talking to somebody different. What kind of massages? You talking about, what type of massage you talking about, bro?
Full body massage.
Okay, like the masseuse?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that I'm talking about?
Man, you know they got the Asian squeezes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you talking about happy endings, man.
They got
focus, dog. Hey, I got a mission, man. I ain't got time to play.
Okay,
I can play later.
I just asked what kind of massage, my bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying?
A normal people massage, man.
Okay. Hold on. So I have a question. You trying to say the ones with the happy ending ain't normal people? Come on, man. That's crazy. Yo, I got
you, man. Extra, man. Hey. You go to certain places.
Like, look, hey, yo, Gigi over here, like, she hears, but she trying to figure it out. These niggas,
I know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, but you know what the massages do? You know, y'all be the main ones, you know what I'm saying, promoting it, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know. Hey, yo, hey, listen, if we can get that going, we can start one of them. I'm trying to invest today. I know y'all might not understand that, but I'm telling you, they making a lot of money. You know what I mean? They might charge you $1.50 for half an hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about they making the money they making. They ain't paying, ain't no rent, Airbnb, ain't nobody messing with that. You know what I'm saying? They making all type of bread with that. Per room. That's crazy. But you know what I mean? It's just so, but that's the thing. There's so many ways to make money in real estate. Like, cause that I'm telling you, they kill it. 150 for 30 minutes. I'm trying to tell you, they killing. So, I mean, but okay, I just was asking, bro. I don't know. No, just asking. You know what I'm saying? I think that either way.
You gotta understand, man. I don't did everything.
Okay.
I don't club. I don't did that. I don't, rode in the car. I don't did everything. So it's like that ain't fun to me no more.
Okay.
It's like I don't live that. So
Well, I'm
To
glad you
me,
met me, man. We about to bring that back out. I know you. I know you. I'm 30 years old, man.
see,
We got to. We got to.
I
I
don't,
ain't trying to bring you back in the club, but we got to figure out a way to make it do it business wise. You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
even hang out at night. I go home at night. When it get dark, I be home.
So
You know,
you haven't found a wife, bro? Because that I
huh?
think a lot of women would love to. You know what I mean?
You gotta understand though, like when you find somebody, it's like a lot of times that person stop you from being where you trying to go. Cause now you gotta take care of them. Now you gotta make them happy,
So you ain't with
and
that.
be making them happy. You ain't making yourself happy.
So right now, that's not. You ain't with that right now.
I'm focused.
Okay. Okay. So like, I mean, so okay, no, like this is real information, bro. Like you understand you might feel like I'm just being funny, but this is Jules, right? So how have you been disciplined with that? You know what I mean? Because I know they see the change. I know they see you 8:30 in the morning at the property. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I know they coming outside. Good morning, Andy. How you doing? You know what I mean? So for us young 30-year-olds and 16-year-olds on the call, I got 16-year-olds, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out how do you stay with me, how you stay, pussy free, you know what I'm saying? How you stay sucker free, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I ain't say all that, man.
No, I got
I
you, I know.
ain't
But
say
I mean,
that.
how do we be disciplined? How we stay
No, I got
disciplined?
somebody. I got somebody I'm with. I got somebody I'm with. It's just,
Okay,
it's like my situation is kind of like different, cause
okay,
it's like I gotta do what I gotta do, and it's like all me necessary.
okay.
I'm not gonna let nobody control, well, where I'm going.
Got you.
Like,
Okay.
like,
All right.
like you gonna get down with it, or either it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna work.
Did you meet her in business? How did you come across that? And what would you tell men? Like, cause the reason I asked questions, you 42, bro, so you're a little bit wiser, right? And so just for some of the men on the call, like maybe they probably need direction, like in terms of looking for women, or okay, I'm a business owner. How do I stay disciplined and what I mean, know which women to look for? How do I know that this is a woman that might be for me or not for me? So kind of just if you can just give a little bit of
What I learned from dealing with like different women is like if you ain't got nobody that's doing like okay, to me, this my opinion. Like if I'm a entrepreneur, it's hard for me to date somebody that's an employee
okay,
because their mindset different, and then it's like getting them to understand like we work all the time. Like we don't work set hours.
right,
Like we work whenever the money comes.
right,
So somebody that's an employee after a certain hour, they figure like it shouldn't be no work done after that.
right.
So it's like it's two different lanes. It's like it don't mingle as much.
Okay,
In my opinion, with the people that I've been dealing with.
okay. So have you met any
So it's
entrepreneur
like,
women that? Oh, go ahead, my bad.
no, go ahead.
No, I got questions, bro. Trust me.
Go
I could
ahead.
keep this going all night. So have you met any entrepreneur woman that, was that okay, they might have been fine. You know what I'm saying? They might have been, you know, they might have been, how can I say this? I mean, of course they was in their own okay, this is a great way to say it, right? So have you ever dealt with women and that, you know what I'm saying, they
I
had
can do.
no. They were more like they dealt more of in like the masculine. You know what I'm saying? So they were real like in terms of paying the bills and maybe not listening as much or not following direction or your direction per se. Have you been in
Yeah,
situations where it's like more of a and I'm talking about like a vibe of masculine, you know what I'm saying? Because they pay their own bills, they've been taking care of themselves for a long time. So sometimes when women are very strong on that aspect, they don't like to follow other men. They don't like to kind of sometimes, right? They don't like to concede to another man's
right.
program and things of that nature. Have you dealt with that, or was you able to find somebody that was, I mean, like entrepreneur, you know, about it, entrepreneur, but still was able to be feminine, still was able to be woman, still was able to kind of,
I met somebody before that was entrepreneur, but they still was feminine.
okay.
But it's like that didn't work neither because it was crazy. You wanted to fight me. No, I ain't no fighter. I ain't got time to fight you. Even to put me in jail. I ain't
Right,
going out like that.
right,
Ain't no need of domestic. We can't win them situations.
right.
So it's like she was like, I guess the relationship she had before that was like that what she was used to.
Okay,
So she was trying to bring that out of me, and that ain't what you get from me.
gotcha. Okay,
So it's like that didn't work. But see, that was like the best person that I ever had,
okay,
as in like that entrepreneur thing and own her stuff and like had her own little property doing her own thing. and still cooked, cleaned, and all that.
Okay.
So, but it's just that the back end part of it, too, you know, the hurt from another relationship just killed the whole thing.
Hmm.
So it was still in them.
That's true. Okay, that makes sense, bro. I mean, that's definitely that's definitely an answer. You know what I'm saying? So what would you say to the young men now if they did want to find somebody that, like, what would you tell them? What would be your advice to what would you tell them to find somebody, or to find somebody that, you know, could
I
benefit
tell
them in
them,
business?
find somebody that's relatable. So find somebody that's going to support you and what you got going on. And then, you know, you still got to, you know, if you're going to be with somebody, they're going to want time. Women want time. So you're going to have to make some time for women if you're going to be with somebody. So basically, you want to be like, you know, you want to be with somebody that's going to, you know, obviously make you better, help you get better. Like, if she ain't helping you get better, then she's more of a, you know, a liability than
Liability.
an asset.
There you go.
Like, you need assets in life, no matter what it is. The people around you, everything, the stuff that you buy, everything need to be assets. If you got liabilities around you, all liability do is bring you down.
Right.
So the whole goal is to stay from around liabilities in all aspects.
Yeah, that's definitely.
What you got to say when you laugh?
No, man. I mean, that was big. I mean, that's big. I mean, I think it's big to recognize, like, what's a liability, what's an asset. You know, I think for me, you know, I don't know. I'm still young, so, you know, for me, I just think it's you meet different people that, you know, like you said, they are bosses in their own right. They do entrepreneurs. They own property, things of that nature. And then you love that. You know what I mean? Like, my situation personally was that was my last situation. You know what I mean? They had property. They owned the house. Like, they did their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was, you know, I want to say, like, one of the better women that I had. You know, because I don't want to say it like now. Like, I'm 30. I still got a lot. You know what I mean? Time left. But it was one of the better women that I had dated up to this point, due to the mindset, due to you know, just the relatability on those type of topics, you know what I'm saying, and just the understanding,
Right,
you know. But I would say that I think that when you become a man, and you become an entrepreneur sometime, I think, and you do start to make a certain type of money, you start to get to a certain type of standard of living and things like that. You know, it's just a lot of things just become, you know, like, standard. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna go out to eat and I eat this and I eat good, I'm quite sure, Andy, you eat good. You know, whoever we with, you know what I mean, you know, eat good. You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes, you know, when you have money and things like that, it's also kind of hard to find somebody that's for you. You know what I mean?
right,
Because they see you in a situation where, like, you're never really gonna need them. You know what I mean? Because you always gonna be up, or you always gonna be, you know, kind of good. And so sometimes it's like, when the more money you start to make and things of that nature. In my case, you know, you not that you get fearful, but you get like, okay, damn, you know, I know what I'm making, I know what I'm doing. It's like, are you gonna find somebody for you, down for you, like, really want you, or, you know, they just want to ride the
definitely.
wave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you know, it'd be hard. It'd be hard to find that right person. That's why, you know, really don't look for
Y'all need a hug.
yeah,
it.
Gigi is such a, you know what's so crazy about her? How many kids you got, Gigi? How many kids you got?
All
Cause
right,
she's so.
listen.
How many
There's
kids you
people
got?
on here that want to talk about building. They want to talk about the prices of the material. They want to talk about how much they need to invest in a property.
See, that's the
Y'all
problem with
getting
Gigi,
all
right? You
lovey-dovey.
gotta give people all types of value, Gigi. Is that you gotta give them. Listen, do you know how many people struggle with being an entrepreneur in relationships, or
Oh,
being,
I
like, you know what I'm
do.
saying? So yeah, you
I
gotta
do.
give people. You can't just give people positive accounts all day. They already heard the information. Gigi, it's 2:41 in the morning. What else we gonna talk about credit? Okay, what you want? You want to talk about credit? Okay, come on. Talking about late payments. You 15 USC 1666. Come on, you know what I mean? Come on. What you trying to do? My bad, Andy. We was, having a conversation. She ain't like it. So what you trying to do?
I was,
Come on, talk about credit. Come on, credit repair. My bad. That was a commercial break. Back to credit repair. You know what I'm saying? Back to credit repair. So come on, Gigi, let's get to credit repair. Come on, baby. Come on.
Somebody got a question in here say so if you all in at 350K and refi at 10%, it's gonna take minimum 2,800 a month to service that debt. In Tampa, the rental market is strong enough to support that. If I take 350K out on the property, I'm gonna do, that property gonna be worth, like, the rent gonna be way more than 2,800. if it's a 350K property. But what I do is I Airbnb everything. So Airbnb, I'm gonna make 2 to 3 times the rent. So that 2,800, I'll be probably making like close to 5 grand on that property. So I'll be paying that 2,800 and still have money left over as passive income. That's what I do, and that's what I do in that situation. Airbnb everything. I don't do regular rentals.
Is there a reason why you wouldn't Airbnb?
Who?
Why you
Again?
wouldn't Airbnb? Why you would choose renting over Airbnb?
Who choose rental?
I'm talking about if you build a house, is there a reason
Airbnb, I
why
don't rent.
the
You
what?
got it backwards. I will Airbnb. I won't rent.
That's what I'm saying. Is there a reason why you would not Airbnb and rent instead?
I don't rent. The other people?
Yeah.
No,
Other
she's
people
saying
want
like
to
she
do it
basically just
because
saying like is there ever a time or reason that you would like do it oppositely, not Airbnb it and just rent it basically? She was just saying like
like
would you do the opposite?
some people do that. Like people that don't want the hassle. Some people figure Airbnb is a hassle to it. They don't want to deal with the in and out. They just want one tenant so they could just let it sit there and just let the tenant pay for the property. A lot of people do that. A lot of people don't want the yeah, like you. A lot of people don't want to deal with it. They'll rather just take the easy money and just get the rent, but not knowing that they finna tear your profit up. So that the money you think you finna be making, you gonna be putting that rent back in the profit. But nah, some people don't want the headache of of dealing with people coming in and out. So that'd be a reason that somebody want to rent one tenant, so they ain't got to deal with it. They ain't got to Any more questions? Y'all them questions in there?
Um. Yeah. What is it? Why won't people with rentals just Airbnb all their rentals?
I just answered that. Everybody don't want to deal with Airbnb. Some people want to just have rentals and then sit back. Some people using it as retirement, so they just rather get the cash flow they get from the regular rent instead of dealing with somebody coming in and out and having somebody manage the Airbnb.
Hey
Yeah.
Andy, how did the hurricane affect your properties or affect anything down there? Did you get a check for that too?
No, I ain't get no check because it ain't. I cut down all my trees before I even built a house on it, so I don't
So the
got nothing to
hurricane, the
fall
hurricane
on.
that, so the hurricane just came through, really didn't affect you at all?
No, it ain't. It knocked off like on one of the properties. It knocked off like a piece of the fascia. It ain't really nothing.
Okay.
But, that's why I like block houses. You don't have you have less problem with block houses. Like we seen some houses on some of the videos. You seen some of the houses floating in the water like a boat. A block house ain't gonna float. All them be the wood house
Okay. Why it
or
won't
either
float?
like
Educated people on why it won't
manufactured
float.
home. What happened?
I said educated people on why it won't float. The
Because it ain't coming off the foundation.
okay.
But them prefab homes, them pre-manufactured homes, everybody be talking about, they quicker to build, they easier to build, and they get it done way faster, and it'll leave way faster too.
Got you. Okay.
If a
Somebody
client
asked,
destroys your
Did you
property
build?
while you Airbnb it to them, do you got to pay for that or them?
you got insurance on it. All the Airbnb have insurance on the property. So
Mm.
if anything go wrong, where you just report it, and they'll pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Question. The house that you stand in now, Andy, did you build the house that you live in?
No, I'm building a house for me now.
Okay. That's lit, bro. So where you staying at? You Airbnb and where you stay at? Would you open the door? Would you be open to taking a rental if I paid for a year out of pocket, man? Because I'm trying to. I want to move to Florida, bro. You know what I mean?
No,
I'll pay out there a year rent or something, bro. I just need to get one year, get you know what I mean? Or if you can work something out for me, you got a connection for me. I want to get to Florida.
You know, I don't do no rental at all. I don't even think rental no more.
Okay. All right.
Andy,
But
where do you get the blueprints from?
where to get them from, or who you talking about? Who do them, or where to pick them up from once it's done?
That he was asked. It was a question.
The architect do the blueprints, but then he send it to a printing company, and you go pick them up from the printing company. That's what you ask.
I'm not sure if that's what he's asking.
But the architect draw up the blueprint, and then the engineer stamp it, and then it goes down to the print shop, and then you can go down to the print shop, pay about $15, get it printed out.
So can people invest with you, or you just basically teach them how to do it themselves?
No, I don't. I don't do no investments with nobody. All I do is work with my people. Work with my people. I don't work with nobody else. But people that in the boot camp or either in the mastermind.
Okay. And basically, I'm saying you help them get their own joint, or they basically invest in one of the properties that you already got. That you
So
already
I
got.
let them make their own money. I don't want none of their money. Let them make everything.
Okay.
Carter was. He said I was gonna jump on, but I've been drinking. Okay. Somebody asked, "Is depending on the lot?"
What's depending on the lot?
I don't know. I think he was talking about the blueprints. Do you make your home from your mind, or do you copy the layout of the homes from other investors?
No, you make it up on your mind. I make mine up and try to create mine, make mine different than everybody else. So
Mm-hmm.
I just pick what I like out of other people. Like you go to a lot of these new developments. All of them have like a model home. Go inside the model home and then just pick out the stuff out of there that you like and just create your own. That's what I did with mine. I just picked out a lot of stuff that I seen and liked and just put it together and came up with my own blueprint and just keep running that one back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much you think they need in order to start investing, Andy?
To start, the credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
basically, once you go and start digging in the ground, you're gonna need probably about 35K to get to the step where the hard money lender come in and give you the rest.
That's after buying the land, yeah?
Yeah, that's after the land. That's just digging in the ground once you start digging.
So if let's say that I'm trying to get a land, I'm trying to get the land. I have a good credit score, and I don't have credit cards. What would you tell me?
You trying to get the land and you don't have a credit card?
Yeah.
There's some lenders that lend that help you get the land, but you got to come up with like 30% of the property price, well, the land price,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll finance the rest for you. So if you ain't gonna have the credit card, you gotta have money.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have something.
So then, if you jump into Andy's mentorship, we would be able to walk you through the process of getting the credit cards. So you would be able to tap into the cards to be able to put the down payment or the deposit, the 35% down. Is there a software to create the blueprints?
Yeah, what?
A software to create the blueprints?
I don't. That ain't my job. That's the architect job. It probably is,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know it. I don't ask. I don't ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
I send everything to him how I want it, and just let him do what he do. I pay him to do what he do, what he good at. I don't try to figure everything out.
Yeah. What when you're looking for lots, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the numbers. I need my numbers to be where once I'm done with the house, I need the house to be selling around 350 to 400K. And I know I could pay less than 100K for the lot. If I pay less than 100K, I'll make at least 100 to 125K on a profit.
Mm-hmm.
So I check my numbers before I buy a lot, make sure that my play gonna work in that area.
So that can be used anywhere or just in Florida?
That can be used anywhere that the numbers make sense. You can just go
Mm-hmm.
anywhere and just figure out the numbers of the area, find one of the areas to where the new build's going for like 350, 400. And then that'll be an area to where if you can get a lot under 100K, that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
What's some resources for somebody to find a new bit? I mean, a community.
Find a who?
A community. Like, I need building community.
Basically, just go to areas to where they building up already. If you see people building up already, then them gonna be your comp. They're gonna be bringing the value up in the area, and you want to get in those areas to where the value is already up. So you could, they got some people that be looking at be googling and checking like the metropolitan areas and doing all that type of lead work. But me, I just go where they building that already, or I go in the city that I already know and I know the value of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any building projects like outside of Tampa?
Nope. I don't want nothing outside of my area. I want to be able to pull up when I want to. Like I don't want nothing, out of state. I tried that before. I tried something in Cleveland or Dayton, Ohio, and it didn't work out good for me. So I don't want to do that again because I got enough in my area to where I can make it work where I'm at instead of me trying to go somewhere else.
How much does the architect cost to design an average size home?
That could be different prices. It could be anywhere between 1,500 to 15 grand. It all depends on what architect you got. I mean, they did a big company. Big company's gonna usually charge you way more than the average people will.
Mm-hmm. What size lot is good?
A good size average lot is over 4,500 square feet.
Mm-hmm. Why do Jacksonville builders build more stick homes and in Tampa or Spring Hill say it's all block?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about Jacksonville builders, but you could build stick homes down where we at. You can still build wood homes. It's just some people do, some people don't. But I got one that's coming up that I'm doing that's frame. That's all wood. I got a lot from the city, and they won't let me sell it more than 80% of the value. So I say, okay, well, you don't want me to sell it. I can't get the full value for it, and I just do a frame house. So I'm doing a frame.
Mm-hmm. So how can someone apply for a credit card if they owe over 100K in medical bills? I already talked about that. Medical bills you can get those any negative accounts can get removed from your credit report. So once you remove the negative accounts, the score is going to go up, and then you're able to tap into high limit credit cards. You feeling better now, SBS?
Yeah, I'm good.
I know you are.
Yeah. I was always good. Yeah.
Say what?
I ain't want to do it on the program. Yeah, I mean on the program, y'all say y'all ain't do that, so I ain't want to put it on there. But I'm back though. You know what I mean? It wasn't that long. Don't take that long. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm back. What's going on, man? Yeah, Andy was talking. Y'all was doing good. I can't see none of the questions.
Say what?
Keep reading the questions.
Oh, he fell. So that was all the questions. All right, if you guys have high utilization credit cards, if there's nothing else, if you guys don't have any other negative accounts on there, you guys don't have any late charge-offs, collections, and the high utilization is with dropping your credit score. Get those cards removed. Get the high utilization cards removed. So your score can jump back up. You do need to continue paying the cards on time just so they don't re-report that account as in a negative status. And then I did not.
No, I know.
You know what? You might need to go to sleep. That's what you need to do. You need a hug and you need to go to sleep.
I need a hug. Okay.
All right, SBS. I'm gonna let you go to sleep.
All right. Y'all be good, man.
Bye. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Hey, look, you see how he don't got soft talking now? He was just all hype. Now you see won't smoke.
You know what time it is, man. I already know what you were doing. I saw him in the background.
It don't knock him out. You talking so calm now.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, man.
It ain't got nothing to do with 3. You so calm now.
Nigga was wide
You
awake
know,
in the technical.
hey,
Now that nigga high
you
as
know what
fuck.
it look like? It look like you at the hospital. You know, when you at the hospital and they shoot you with dope, they shoot you and they shoot you in the vein, and you just go to fall and sleep.
Nah,
You just go to doze and not. That's how you look right
man,
now.
listen, I got more sauce right now than ever. It's like, nah. But no, I'm not, I mean, y'all was doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? I asked some questions to you. Do you have, look, somebody just asked a question. Do you have to pay that card off or just the monthly minimum?
You just,
GG.
if you're moving a high utilization, you just continue paying it on time and they're not going to be reported. So that removing the high utilization is going to increase your credit score and then you're able to apply for more cards. You just need to continue paying that card down.
How do you hide your utilization?
How do you hide it?
Hmm.
You can bounce the balance back and forth between the cards. But if it's one card that you have that's high utilization, I remove the card. I remove the entire card.
So is it accurate for utilization to be reported on the credit report?
Is it what?
Is it accurate for them to report utilization on the credit report? Mm, sauce. Yeah, I mean, I got that sauce. But
SBS.
if you need it, this soft tone I can sell. If you need it, I have a high util. I have a you can. There's a letter in my bio that allows you to legally hide your utilization. That's actually not even supposed to report on your credit report because experiences between companies and consumers should not be reported on a consumer report. So yeah,
That's true.
that
That's
is
true.
very true. I know it
That's
is.
true.
I know. Yeah, I
Who is
know.
it? SBS. So who's the owner of the debt?
Who's the owner of the debt?
Uh-huh.
Not the consumer. Not the consumer. And all debts is already paid. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? All your debts are paid. Anytime you use your social security number, you put on an application, your debt is already paid.
What he's talking about is that when we're born into a trust so that we're able to tap into that trust. And our social security is what links us to that trust, is what he's trying to say.
That's exactly what I said. I just didn't say it like you said it. But yeah, your bills are already paid, and all those links in the bio is what the system never told you, man. If you're on here right now, you put a down payment on a car, you need to tap into the how to get your down payment back. The right of decision. Oh, I ain't even, the videos on TikTok. I gotta get onto the gram. It's coming soon. You see what I'm saying? But even with that, the finance charge, is the sum of all charges. So if you're paying a car payment and that wasn't in your finance charge, that's not accurate. That's illegal. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much that, in terms of sauce. So just understand that you can tap in with Gigi. She knows all the sauce. You know what I mean? She knows how to sue the credit bureaus. I mean, I don't like to call them bureaus. She likes to sue the credit reporting agencies. All right? Y'all didn't even know that, look, any violation on a consumer contract for a car, okay, is two times. It's two times each violation is two times the finance charge that you can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, these is all laws. So it's just a lot of stuff that you guys don't understand when it comes to this consumer law, and then just using it to get high limit credit cards, like they said, because once you remove all the negatives using the consumer law and you add the right accounts on, then yeah, you can easily get high limit credit cards. You can tap into the 100K. You know what I'm saying? They can say whatever they want right now. I'm still right. I can still promote these shit right now. What is they talking about? Profile. And I'm gonna promote this shit right now. So you can right now use the consumer law. Yes, consumer law. You can use the consumer law. You can clean your credit report. Listen, if you have collections, okay, medical collections. Let's talk about that since somebody mentioned that, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Did you know that with medical collections, you actually could use identity theft? And it's aggravated. That's actually 18 USC 1028A. It's aggravated identity theft. Because if you went and got something done medically, number one, that's a violation of your HIPAA rights. That's one. Two, they shared your information with a third party and you didn't give them permission. So if you didn't give them permission to share your information with any third party, and you have a medical collection on your thing, they violated your HIPAA rights, number one, and then they sold your information. You can file identity theft.
No, they
And
falsify documents.
that's not falsified documents.
They
because
did because they added an account that didn't belong to them to the credit report. It's not
got
their
you. That,
account.
yeah, no, I thought you were saying the consumer did. Yeah, my bad. Yes, she's right about that. So yes, that's what I'm saying. The consumer did that. I mean, the consumer didn't. That's as a consumer, when you file identity theft, you do an FTC report. You can put all these accounts in there, and you can say that there's no contract. You can literally write no contract. You have no contract with these companies. So that means they stole your information. They sold it to a third party without your permission. Okay. They furnished these reports in your account. They violated 15 USC 1681 B82. So you just got to understand there's different laws you can use to clean your credit report. But with the identity theft, there's legally by law they're supposed to block it within 4 days. So anything that you as a consumer say that is identity theft, and you send the letter in, there's an identity theft letter. You send a letter in, you do the FTC report, okay, and you file it. You can file it with the CFPB if you want, or you can go straight for the reporting agencies. And when you do it, everything should be blocked within 4 days, and that's 15 USC 1681 C2. So if you have medical collections right now, there's multiple violations. What about repossession? Bet. Okay, with repossession, there's a process that everybody's supposed to go through. Every company's supposed to go through before they repossess your car. So before they ever repossess your car, they're supposed to basically get in contact with you, okay, and supposed to work out something with you before they ever even come and touch the car. Most people don't even know there's a process for repossession they're supposed to go through. So if they came and repossessed the car, they sold the car, and then they put it on your credit report, that's illegal, because number one, you cannot report income on a credit report, and the IRS labels any charge-offs or repossessions a charge-off really as income. So if the IRS labels it an income and they put it on your report, why is the income being reported on your credit report?
Mm-hmm.
I just talked about charge-offs. There you go. So charge-off, listen, if they charge it off, you were supposed to get a 1099 for them charging the debt off. And this is okay, bet. We're going to talk about that. Because, see, if companies can use a 1099 to charge debt off, why can't consumers?
Mm-hmm.
If a company, because that's all a company is a corporation. You, as a person, you as a natural person, you are also a corporation. So if companies can charge debt off, so can you. You have the same
Mm-hmm.
exact powers if you use the affidavits and things that's in place. Now, with just understand charge off, you're supposed to get a 1099. If they did not give you a 1099, that's illegal. They should not charge that off without giving you a 1099. And then if they do put on your report, a charge off by the IRS by definition is income. It should there never should
Mm-hmm.
be income reported on a consumer report.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
what about if you owe more than what's left on the auto loans? Okay. Then you need to find a way to use the cars to make money. Put them on hire car, put them on Turo, do cash rentals. Okay, do cash rentals if you have to, but find a way to allow the car to make you money, because there's no way that you're gonna be able to out. Okay, like just make the car make you money. Help the car make you money. Well, the medical bills still have to be paid if they did that. No, you should never pay medical bills after they've been charged off the collections. If you want to pay beforehand, that's the right thing to do. And do what's right. But once they charge that, once they send it to a collection agency, no man, don't pay that shit. So a medical bill should not be in collections. No, they should not send your medical bills to collections without your permission. If you didn't give them permission to give them to a collection agency, then why did they have your information? So that's the thing. So even with the repos, like I said, they didn't repossess your. If they didn't go through the due process to repossess your car, then that's illegal. If you put a down payment on that car, okay, it's illegal. Listen. There should never be a cash comparable in any consumer credit transaction. If you think about a line of credit, a loan, or anything that you do, you never should be using your cash to get it. So anytime that you actually put your social security number down, number one, it's already paid for. Like she said, it's already, if you tap into the trust, it's already paid for. But on top of that, you should not have any comparable cash in a consumer credit transaction. That's 15 USC 1605. There should be no cash in a consumer credit transaction. So if you put a down payment on a car, that's illegal. And you can get an original contract. You look at all these different violations. And the reason I'm saying is because if you have charge-offs and you have repossession, then you need to use this information to get it off your report. And then you need to call Andy, okay, so that you can get into the mentorship. Okay, or let Gigi do it for you, because Gigi can definitely do it for you. Because I know someone that's $100K in debt of medical bills, so he hasn't been able to get off a credit card. Okay, yeah, then tell him to file identity theft or let Gigi handle it. Or there's so many other ways with medical bills. You can send a debt validation letter. You can send a debt validation letter right now to those collection agencies and have them validate the debt. Have them send you the original contract. Have you send them, your wet signature. Have them send you everything they're supposed to be sending you. Because if they don't have the information, they can't. People can't just say you owe them. That's like me just saying, "Oh, Andy owe me money." How? Because I said, like, what are you talking about? No. The company told me they never collect the car. They never collect the car or sold it. So they double dipping on this. They don't have a bill of sale. Yeah, they played with you, bro. I don't even know. They don't have a bill of sale. I don't know. You just gave somebody free money. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. How many year back can you? Oh, I mean, if it was fraud in your contract, you can go back as far as but there's no fraud. But the reason I'm saying all this is just so that you guys can prepare your reports, or just let Gigi do it. But at the end of the day, that was free sauce. You can prepare your reports. If you want a clean report in 4 days, if there's anything like a medical collection, if it's anything where your information was sold to another company, if it's anything where it says the company's name and then it says original creditor, that means that your stuff was sold without your permission. So this is all stuff that you need to use to get off your report. Okay. And as a consumer, I encourage you guys to send letters too. Like, don't just be the person that just hands your stuff off to, because you're not gonna learn anything really.
You have to keep needing people.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten repos off my credit. I've had collections, I've had all that stuff on my credit. But at the end of the day, there's a process that, anybody can go through. Even if you allow Gigi to do it, one of the biggest things you gotta understand is that it's a process. Like, most people don't, want to just take the time to go through the process to get where they gotta go. If it's 6 months, if it's 8 months, whatever it is, to clean it and get it where it needs to go. And Gigi doesn't take that long at all. She can do it in less than 90 days. So that's the thing. Like, if you can work with someone that can clean in less than 90 days and get you to a situation where you can start, building real estate in 120 days, then, you need to start now. The new year is coming up. Seriously.
Andy, how long is the bill taking?
Taking between 3 to 8 months, depending on how fast the people move and how fast you build your team up. But it could take anywhere between 3 to. It's seen people doing it as little as 3 months. Seen people take as long as 8, 10 months. So it really depends on you, the person, and how motivated you is, how much you stay on it.
Perfect. It said I dropped 𝐿 for a vehicle and they just sent me the contract. Perfect. Well, if they sent you the contract, then look for any inaccuracies in your contract. Did you put a down payment down on the car? Okay, did they tell you that the sum of does it say the sum of all, does it have a finance charge and it doesn't include the sum of all charges? Did they give you your right of rescission, the right of rescission documentation that you were supposed to get within 3 days? I mean, not 3 days, before you signed the contract? Because you have a right to rescind the contract within 3 days. They're supposed to tell you that. If they didn't give you that documentation, you didn't sign off on that, that's another violation. And every violation is 2 times the finance charge. So take the contract they send you and start looking for violations. And you can go into my bio. I have the first link. My stand store is how to get your down payment back. It's a step by step. It has the affidavits, letters, everything you need to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I'm ready to join the mentorship. I'll talk to you about it back. Don't talk about it, be about it. What about judgments? Judgments. Perfect. Judgments. Let's talk about it. When you got the judgment, who was there? How did you, was Equifax, TransUnion there? No, they weren't there. So once again, someone sold your information, bro. Right? So you might need to check LexisNexis. You might need to check CoreLogic. You might need to check a third-party reporting agency to find out who sold your information to the reporting agencies. Okay.
What you can do is going to be on the credit report, whoever reported that account to the bureau. So all you got to do is just send them a letter and ask them to send you the contract in which you sign and they sign for the debt. They're not going to be able to provide that if it's a collection agency.
Straight
I think
up.
Andy found it.
Yeah, he's bad. Now I'm on here since I was talking bad about me and I'm still in dropping socks. They want me settle for a lesser amount, 14. I didn't settle for $3,000. Settle for $100. See if they take $1,000. If you're gonna settle, do a pay to delete. See what they're gonna take and delete it. You bet. Yeah. I was talking about, man. I'm still up giving y'all sauce, man. And it's
My
only 12 o'clock where y'all at, man.
You got smarter.
Yeah, man. I a little, nah, you know. So basically, freeze the aggregators. I mean, yeah, you need to freeze them, but you can. What you need to do, if it's a judgment, if you have a judgment, bro, don't just freeze them. Actually, get a report. Actually get a check systems, LexisNexis. Get the report and find out who's reporting the judgment. Okay, but a major tip that I will give you is 15 USC 1681 permissible purpose. If you didn't give them written instructions to put that on your goddamn report, tell them, hey, I'm the consumer. Okay, you guys are violating 15 USC 1681. I did not give you guys written permission to furnish this account on my report. Please delete.
And what would you need for to delete what?
The judgment, because he have a judgment. Yeah, he has a judgment on it. He was saying he has a judgment, and where judgment is a public record. So public records is usually dealing with LexisNexis. So I'm quite sure, you know what I'm saying, if you get a LexisNexis report, you could probably go at them. And what I would do is look for where they saying the judgment is from, like where whoever is saying the judgment, and then send them a letter as well. So, you know, this is doing your research, man, and just going back. But most likely, you probably got to deal with LexisNexis with that. So what if they have a contract with your signature on it? Then you take that contract and you look for inaccuracies. If you find an inch of inaccuracy, you're well on your way. You're well on your way, my guy. So if they have a contract, I'm guessing you're fucked, right? No. Have them send you the paperwork. That's even better. Sometime. You'll find out it was thousands and thousands and thousands of violations. Tell them, GG. It might be.
It's $250, anywhere from $250 to $2,500 per violation.
Per
Per
violation.
violation.
Okay, don't y'all go to sleep on that. It's 3 a.m. Oh, convictions. Convictions, I think you gotta deal with something called a CoreLogic. It's called CoreLogic, my guy. So if you actually freeze your CoreLogic, they'll never know. What about child support on your reports? Child support. Come on, man. 15 USC 1681. Permissible purpose. Trying to tell you, man. If you ain't give them instructions to put that on your report, that's, you know what I'm saying? And then who was there? Who verified it? Who validated it? You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, most of that stuff is a public record. So you gotta just deal with LexisNexis. Get it removed off your LexisNexis report. They're violating your rights. You have a right to privacy. That's what most people don't understand. You as a consumer, you have a right to privacy. So you just need to exercise your rights. And that's the thing. Gigi knows all of this. She can do all of this stuff, man. I'm just giving y'all to understand that we know that it can be done and why it can be done. Yes, 15 USC. Yeah, 15 USC 1681. Just read that. It's gonna come right on up.
Read the entire FCRA. It's dry, but it's well worth it.
Is it illegal to get denied a credit card? Yes, sir. That would be an adverse action, my guy. That's an adverse action. You can look that up as well. Because everybody, yeah, there you go. Because everybody basically should be treated equally when it comes to the credit. You know what I mean? I don't got that law for y'all, but that's fact. She know that. She probably can spit that for y'all. But everybody should be equal. There should be it should be a fair and equal opportunity when it comes to credit, right? So if Andy walks in and he wants to get a BMW, you know, drop top with the ooh woo woo woo, you know what I'm saying, peanut butter, right? You know what I mean, with the 100K play all around the car, right? And he got 780 credit score, whatever the case may be, and I come in there with a 650 credit score. Okay, I'm supposed to be getting treated the same way he gets treated by law, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're denied credit, that's an adverse action, my guy. And I do have a letter for that, though. I'm glad you asked that question. I'm gonna drop that into the bio so y'all can have that. You know, anytime you want to adverse action. Can everyone get a credit card no matter what? I mean, like I said, everybody should be treated equal. It's by law. You know what I mean? Now do these companies follow the law? No. But for sure, you know what I mean, to answer your question, that's an adverse action. And you can look this stuff up. Just type in, you know what I'm saying? Adverse action. Is it common for the medical bills being sent to collection? Yeah, it's common. They do it all the time. They sell the debt for pennies on the dollar because it's already been paid. So they sell the debt for pennies on the dollar, man. Once you put your social security number down. Hey, Gigi, you need a hug?
Her phone probably went dead. Like mine did. My other phone went dead. I had to jump on another one.
Hey, Gigi, you don't need a hug, do you? You know what I mean?
You don't got ghosts.
Yeah, see? Start drop that sauce on here, you know. That barbecue skillings. My man Andy, man, we gotta link up, bro.
You already know. Come through.
All right, bro. I know. Why you can't come through, yo?
Who coming and go?
I know. I got you, yo. I'm gonna come through, yo. I'm gonna come through, yo.
Hold up here right now. I don't even want to be here. It's in the 50s.
For real?
Yeah,
It's cold.
right. That's what I said. I brought shorts and stuff. I gotta go to the store tomorrow. I brought the wrong. I'm thinking it's gonna be hot.
Gigi, you need a hug?
Man, why you talking shit, dude? I had to go to the bathroom. I've been
Nah,
drinking
man,
water.
you need a hug. Yeah, man. Let me go ahead and get you a... Yeah, man. You need a nice little hug. I got you. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Back now.
Man.
Y'all try to cancel me. Y'all try to Kanye West me. Nah, man. After Jews, man. Yeah, the man, I'm out here. Yeah, the man. Y'all can't cancel me. Yeah, the man. So, matter of fact, okay. That's interesting. You know what I mean? This is interesting. I want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, can we do that, Gigi?
Do it.
Can we step off credit for 2 seconds? I have a question. I want to see what y'all think about this Kanye West stuff. Is that okay? Can we
About
wrap up
what?
the Kanye West stuff? Are you been paying attention?
I haven't.
Nope. Me neither.
All right. Now I know that y'all do y'all stuff, man, and y'all are.
I
But
seen some, but Adidas got rid of him. I
okay, it's been a lot of little stuff going on, man. And I'm not saying that for y'all. I know the hustle, and I know that he already up, and I get it. You know what I mean? But I just, as an entrepreneur, it's just like it's just being tapped in because you can even use it for content purposes and all that too. So don't, I mean, sleep on the money part too. You know what I'm saying, right? So, but okay, so I know that it was something that he had an account with JP Morgan Chase. Okay, he's supposed to had like 150 M's. Let's start with that. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I still got to listen to Wealthy. You know what I'm saying? I still, you know what I mean? I get something from it too, bro, right? So he had like 150 M's in there. You know what I mean? They sent a letter like, oh yeah, we don't want to do business with you no more. Right? So
yeah.
he like, yo, if I had 150 M's, you know what I'm saying, and JP Morgan Chase and they treat me like that, what the fuck they think they do to you? You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? There's stuff going on. Like, you know what I mean? So I just want to know what so in your case, what do you think about that? You know what I mean? Like just from that little clip, I guess that little piece. Now I don't really know. It was something that happened when I want to say he called the bank out. Now I don't know I can't really, what he called him out about. It was something with the bank he called him out. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? He had 150 M's in there though. And they sent the letter. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we done. closing your account. We don't want to benefit you no more. You know what I'm saying? Now, we know some other stuff. I know you heard about the Adidas and all that. But basically, he had a whole interview where he talked about a lot of different, things. You know what I'm saying? Of course, elites, kind of putting some stuff out there that maybe we don't really tap into, that we don't know. But he's on a different level of fame. So he's, he has access to information that we don't have, things of that nature, right? But I'm saying all this to say, just with that little bit of piece that I just gave you, what do you think about that? Someone being black, being successful, whatever, having 150 M's in an account, you know what I'm saying, and in a bank, you called the bank about something. Let's just say you was trying to get a deal done, bro. You had to buy, a 200 unit, 300 unit. Okay, let's say they held up something, you know what I mean, whatever, right? So it held up the deal or whatever. Let's say you still closed, but it was a problem. You called them out, like, boom, you had 150 M's, they closed the account. Okay. What would you say to that though? Like, how do you think of that? What's your, you know what I mean? I just from that clip I got, my little piece I gave.
Jay-Z song, the OJ.
Okay.
What is it?
Now you gotta rap it, just cause I ain't.
Like, we don't need you. Like, you know, you still a nigga.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
how I feel about it. Like, we
Right.
you need us. That's how they feel.
Okay. That makes sense.
And like, we don't, like, we can do what we want to do. Like, we don't really need you. Like, we got other people money we can use.
Right.
And
It makes sense.
they've been around from the beginning. They was one of the, they the one that was back in the day. They lent the president the money. They lent the country money.
Right.
But they money long. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't.
And that's so key, right? Because for someone, so what I mean, even like for y'all in the car, right? Like if you think about someone having 150 million available cash, whatever, available capital, right? But still being, in a situation where they really don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Imagine whatever's in your account right now, and how they might look at you. You see what I'm saying? And so that's even more of a reason that we need to hustle, right? Like, so that's why I want to, like, you know what I mean? See, I got y'all, right? Like, that's why I really want to hustle, right? That's why we need to get our credit straight, right? Because in the day you can have, damn,
No
yeah,
way you actually accepted my thing.
yeah. Yo, you supposed to listen, bro. I ain't gonna
my,
lie. I rock
my
what you
fault,
doing here, getting this.
my fault,
I,
bro. My fault.
no, you good. Look, I want you to know that she joined you in here, right? And
Yeah,
I rock what you getting this information, but you have school tomorrow, my guy.
bro.
No, I mean I got you,
I've been saying
but
for like a whole hour, for like a whole last hour. I've been going to bed, but I can't sleep, bro. The slide just has me, just on the shit watching.
no, I got you.
I've been
But
up.
you know what? I want you. What grade you in, bro?
I'm a junior at the moment.
Do you play any sports?
Nah,
What do you do right now? Like, what do you want to do? What do you do?
right now,
Yeah, like, what do you
like,
want to be? What do you want to
like
become? What do you
I'm
want
gonna
to
be
be?
like Andy, bro. I'm gonna be better than him though.
Okay, you can be. You will be. You will be. We're gonna speak that into existence, right? Just
Yeah,
because I know he would want that for you too. You 26 years younger than him, right?
Right.
yeah.
So, like, okay, you want to be like Andy, right? So what? How old are you? Like, how old are you right
16,
now?
16.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like, how many friends do you have right now that want to be like Andy?
none. Probably like I don't know, like 1, 2.
Okay. Who do you think that's your age, that's in your network, that who do you think would want to be like Andy?
None.
Okay. And what I want you to do is, like, whether you got to do it virtually, whatever, I want you to start tapping in with people that want to be like Andy, bro. But
Yeah. If I'm
that's
if
20.
I'm be honest, like the people my age, they always they're over here thinking about like other bullshit. They be like, thinking about women, drugs and shit. Like I'm not on that shit. I'm thinking about like like other stuff. But it's hard to find people like what you're saying about like that looking for
It's
like goals and shit.
just looking in the wrong areas. You can't look
Yeah,
around that's around you. You got to get people that ain't around you. And most likely, you're going to have to find people that's older than you.
yeah,
You ain't
yeah. I
going to
know.
find that your age.
Where you located, bro?
I'm in Florida right now. I'm in Dade City. It's like right next to Tampa, like 40 minutes away, I think.
Have you ever met Andy?
No, I've never met him.
Would you
Yeah.
like to meet Andy?
I was thinking to maybe going one of his boot camps, or one of his like little
So how far?
huh
So how far is it from you to get to Tampa?
40 minutes, probably like 30 minutes.
Okay. So what I want to do for you when it's live, right, is, and I hope he'll allow me to do this, and I might gotta pay for this, but it's fine. But I wanna. Do you drive? Do your
Uh,
parents drive?
yeah.
Do your parents know that you tapped into Andy? Have you told your parents about Andy?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, I would want your parents to be like, they would need to know, like, that you're going to Tampa, like 40 minutes away from home.
Mm.
But, you know, I would like to, you know what I mean, if I have to contribute financially to help you
Yeah.
beat Andy, and, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that's dope. You know what I mean? If you're 16 years old and you can meet, you know, someone that you look as a role model or someone that you feel like you can be like, you know what I mean? I think that's dope, bro. Have you bought any of the ebooks? Have you?
Nah.
Is that because you don't have the money? Not trying to be funny, but
No, I do got the money, but like I think he sent me like the link, but I've just never like to be honest, I feel like if I read it now, it wouldn't really matter because I can't even apply for a credit card yet because I'm only 16. But I should probably get it, so whenever I do turn 18, you know, I'll somewhat have like the knowledge, so you know I can just open it
okay.
up myself.
You know, when my
Well,
son started, my oldest one is 18 years old. He started trading, doing day trading at the age of 17, like 16, 17.
Was he doing it under like your name or was he doing it under his name?
He's using my account. He was using my account.
Yeah, that makes sense because right now I'm kind of in a position where I can't use my parents' names and stuff like that. They're
You find
like
somebody else to do it.
uh
so, well, okay, question. Okay. So you talked about okay, so what do your parents do?
uh uh I mean right now my mom's like a single mother right now. She's not really making like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, she's not making a lot. She's like I
What
think
does she
she's
do,
work
bro?
I think she's working at a laundromat. I don't know, to be honest. I
Are
haven't
you
really asked her
okay?
about that.
Do you live with your mom?
Yeah.
And you don't know what your mom does?
No, yeah, she works at a laundromat, but I'm not sure what exactly she does there, to be honest.
Okay, so she works at a laundromat. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, do you know if your mom has good credit or bad credit? What do you know
She
about
got
your
no,
mom?
no, she don't even ask credit because, like what I was saying, uh, she has
Okay,
like a lot of like medical bills and stuff on the collections. Yeah. I was asking the questions for her. I wasn't asking
I
for
got you.
homie. Yeah.
Okay, that's good, right? So, like, what would you like to do for your mom? Like, okay, so what would you what would you like to do for your mom?
Get her credit right.
Okay, does your mom have dreams of owning her own business? Like, what is like?
Nah, she doesn't have any goals or anything. Like the only thing she's thinking about is just working and just I don't know. But I'm not sure what she really wants to do, but I don't really see her doing anything big in the future.
Okay, so I want you to do me a favor.
Mhm.
When's your mom's birthday?
You giving
March
presents out
14th.
left and right.
When?
I did not. I bought her like some
No,
$200 earrings. They're gold
no.
ones.
When is your mom's birthday, bro? I missed it.
March 14th.
Okay. No, I just want to see. Okay. So that's what I want you to do. So how are you making money right now? You're not able to make money at all. You're not working.
No, I ain't making money. I got like an online gaming service, and
Okay.
then with that, I made like 10 grand off it.
Okay. Is it
So,
enough that you can take your mom like to dinner?
yeah.
Okay. Do you and your mom have like a? Well, where's dad? Is dad around?
Yeah, they're divorced for like a long time.
Do you still have a good relationship with him?
Nah.
Okay. So I want you to take mom to dinner. Okay.
You said take mom to dinner.
Yeah. I'm serious. No,
Uh,
I'm serious.
on her birthday, I'll text her.
Okay. No, don't wait that long. You kind of need to hurry up. Or
Yeah,
hurry it
she's
up. Okay.
sleeping right now, bro.
No, I
It's
said
like 3 a.m. right now.
no. I didn't say right now, bro. I didn't say right
Yeah,
now. I said take her to dinner. Like,
yeah.
okay, perfect.
Yeah,
And I want you to write. I want you to like make a note though. Like, I want you to actually have a message though,
yeah.
because I want you to like enroll your mom into your vision?
Into my what?
Your vision.
Mm.
So like if you don't have any friends, right? Let's say you don't have friends, like all over friends,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, right? The best person to partner up with, to do anything with, to like make moves with, to like start this process, right, is someone that you know is gonna be here just like
Nah,
she's been here,
nah,
right?
if I'm being honest, bro, see, that's not the great person to do it. Cause like a couple months back, I was trying to start drop shipping. You know, I was trying to for example, I was trying to start a website for my service too. She wasn't trying to help me out because for that you need an LLC, you know, to actually be like an actual business and stuff. But she doesn't want to help me out. She doesn't want to help me out with that either. So
When you say she didn't want to help you out, what do you mean she didn't want to help you
to make a LLC, you need to have like a social that's over 18 for that, and she doesn't want to give it for some reason.
out? Why didn't she want to get it?
Because she says, oh, it'll hire her rents or some stuff like that, which is crazy.
She said a what?
It'll hire her rents for the place she lives at.
Okay, the higher rents. Okay. Did you enroll her into your vision?
I tried talking her into you know, stuff like that, but she just won't listen. She's like,
Did you?
She's Mexican, so you know how Mexican people be. They be scared of
I
everything.
don't. I
Oh,
don't.
you don't?
Not
Gigi.
all of us.
I don't. I don't actually. I
Yeah.
don't actually. But okay, so there's a better way to do that though. So what you should do, okay? Here's a way to do that. Okay. One, you still need to take her to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Two, the reason you need to take her to dinner is because you need to establish a way that you can have a meaningful conversation without being interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And at the end of this conversation, I'm gonna employ y'all. They don't even know about to employ them, right? At the end of this conversation, though, okay, you need to introduce your mom to someone who can have a educated conversation, right? See, you're
Mm-hmm.
16 years old, so there's no way your mom's gonna listen to you,
Yeah.
okay? But what you do have is you have influence because you love your mom and she knows that you love her. So if you crafted a message that just explained the fact that you're 16 years old and you guys have been going through this together. You've watched her work at the laundromat. You watched her struggle and do all these great things and be a mom, and that now you want to basically get back to her. And the way that you want to get back to her is that you came across, a woman named Gigi, someone who is an expert at teaching women how to make six figures, okay, or how to start creating generational wealth, right? Because just because you raise the fucking rent doesn't mean that we won't be able to pay for it,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Yeah.
if you have to be different, bro. Everybody's telling people about making money, and everybody's, got some way, okay? But if you sit down and craft a message and tell your mom genuinely how you feel, and genuinely, and it's not kissing ass, but it's genuinely just saying, hey, look, mom, the way that you've taken care of me, the way you work so hard, I've watched you do this, this is my way I want to get back to you. But the way that I want to get back to you is I want to introduce you to someone that I met, okay? And they're teaching women how to start businesses. They're teaching women how to invest in real estate. And it's something that I would like to do. I would actually like to run it and take over it, but I'm not at the age. And if I was going to do anything to help us become a better family or whatever the case may be, then you're the one person I would, that I would want to do it with. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
have a genuine conversation, bro. Now, if she tells you fuck no, then yes, you need to go find somebody else. And then just go take
Wait,
care of it anyway.
who told you that you needed to be 18 to create an LLC?
I think I had a homie tell me that because he also has a website and stuff.
No, I just caught that. You don't have to be 18 to create an LLC.
Don't you?
Well,
No, you can
some type of
do that right
restriction.
now. Hop
Wait,
on the Secretary of State website and you can do that right now. You have to be 18 you have to be 18 to apply for credit cards, but not to create an LLC.
well, yeah,
Oh,
but more importantly, like beyond that, like if his mom has medical
wait,
collections,
what's the website called? The one you're on?
no, just say Secretary of State. So whatever state you're in, you're
Oh,
Secretary of State.
I
Okay.
did that work.
yeah. I mean,
It's Sunbiz.
she also lives in Florida too, so I'm guessing like
Yeah,
it's the same
Sunbiz.
website.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
Sunbiz.
Sunbiz.
Yeah. But the only reason I said that, GG, is because one, like the medical collections, right? Like if she has medical collections, 100,000 medical collections, then that needs to come up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, and then that's like she's someone that you need to connect. She's someone that needs to connect with you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no reason that she's working at a laundromat, with all the collections on the report when they could come together and do something together, knowing what the power of what you guys have going on, and they're in the state of Florida.
So I want him to come to the boot camp for free, but we gotta find for him to do in order to come.
You have to what?
Find something for him to do in order to come. I'm gonna let him
We gotta
come
talk. We gotta talk to his mama too.
do something to come.
Yeah, I talk to mom. Y'all need. I would love for your family, bro. You need to just tap your mom in with somebody who can actually have an educated conversation. But the reason I wanted you to take on a date, and I used that word, but more so to have because you need to craft an educated message, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to be able to just have a conversation. You need to ask her, mom, I want to have some things I need to tell you. I actually wrote a letter for you because I don't want to be interrupted. I genuinely just want you to listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be different, bro.
I'm
Because
gonna tell
people.
you
I'm sorry.
to add to SBS real quick, because we've had this happen before where we helped somebody that was he's a teenager. He's over 18, but
Yeah.
his mom wasn't educated on credit, right? Like she has
Mm-hmm.
poor money management skills.
Yeah.
So
Same thing my
she
mom
fucked
has.
up her credit. She fucked up her credit. I started
Yeah.
working on her credit. And then when his credit was A1, she started tapping into his credit. So guess what happened?
Messed up his
She ended
credit.
up fucking up his credit
Damn.
after he worked so hard to get it to where he needed to get it to. So now he's struggling again because his mama ruined it.
Damn.
And that's why I talked about the vision. Like you have to enroll people. Like you have to
Yeah.
and I get it. Like I'm saying mom for now because of your age, bro, but not because like that's what your limits
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. Yeah. For
You
you,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Like you're not limited to that. But like even still, like if I was you, I would look for other people on Instagram. Like I would look for people on TikTok. Like I would look if I seen somebody that was close to within the ranges of if I'm 16, if they're in the range of 18 to 25, like and they be on anything financial literally, I'm tapping in. And it's not that I'm tapping in because I'm paying everybody for mentorship and all that, but I'm tapping in where I'm following the pages. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging into the information. If they got any free ebooks or free things they giving out, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be like Andy though, because like back to that too, like then you should buy the ebooks, bro. You should read the ebooks now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I'm telling you to enroll your mom into your vision is because your mom is like the partner that you can work with.
Yeah.
Your mom is the partner that you could start everything today.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But you need to connect your mom to the right people.
Yeah.
And then whatever, and like once she gets the information, whatever she does with this man. But I think that like, you know, like one thing that I'll tell you, bro, like my background was in that, like, and even still in business, I do network marketing. Okay. And one of
Mm-hmm.
the things that like people say about network marketing is that people don't have success in is because one of the reasons that people don't have success is because they don't enroll people into like where we are going. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be enrolled to where you're going. You have to be about enrolling other people to where you're going. Like nobody wants
Yeah.
to help you get where you're going if it does not benefit them. Okay, everybody's wired into what can it do for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and for your mom, bro, at 16, you're not gonna be able to explain that. But if you get on the phone with Gigi, if you make the connection, you know what I'm saying? If you do your part in terms of everything I talked about, if you run the play, you'll be successful. And that's another thing, people, you gotta run the play.
Yeah.
So we already gave you a play to run to enroll your mom into the vision, get on the phone, and we already gave you, not we, my man Andy and Gigi, they blessed you with you being able to come to the boot camp for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
do got a question for Gigi though. Like, how did you learn about like credit and stuff like that? Cause like,
I learned from experience. What's your name, dude?
Alfonso.
Alfonso. I learned from experience. I was married to a gambler. So the relationship wasn't working out, so we separated. And all the debt he and I had under both our names ended up falling on my lap because he wasn't going to pay for it.
Mm, okay.
So I started in the mid fives. and I
Okay.
got myself to an 800. I also paid somebody to do credit repair, and they didn't do shit for me. So after waiting for like 2 to 3 months, I said, well, whatever they can do, I can do too. So I learned the laws, and I did it myself.
How did you learn it? Like on YouTube and stuff, or like books?
No, how did I learn it? So read the FCRA. Is the FCRA, read the FDCPA, and then it's gonna tell you more or less like how to dispute or what should be on the credit reports. And
Yeah.
then when you find inaccuracies or if you have collections, get them off. You have medical bills, get them off. If you have charge-offs, get them off. You have late payments, get them off. You have high utilization, get them off. So just leave positive accounts on there.
Yeah.
And then use the FCRA to remove those accounts.
Yeah.
Andy, I knew it was coming. I knew that joint was coming.
What that?
Positive account, bro. She ain't done that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
whenever I'm not sure. I think his name is Brown. Whenever he told me about that, that you can't have medical bills on collections, like something about identity theft. Like I did not know about that. I thought it was just like a regular bill that she had to pay no matter what. I just thought she was like messed up, like for life, pretty much, because she can't even pay that off.
No, man. Anytime they sell your information to a third party, bro, it's a violation of privacy, bro. So.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna
Listen,
talk.
what happens with the charge-offs, I'm gonna say that I owe SBS money, right? SBS tries to collect money from me after 6 months of not being able to collect money because he's in the business of making money and losing money. He's gonna tell the IRS that I didn't pay him back. So what the IRS is gonna do is they're gonna give him a credit, right? At that point, that debt is considered paid in full. But now what SBS is gonna do, because he's a financial institution, he's gonna sell that money to a collection agency. Okay.
Oh,
So that's what
all
they
right.
do. At that point, that debt is they committed tax fraud, but that debt is considered paid in full.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it was great talking to y'all, but I gotta go to bed because I do got school
Oh
tomorrow. Yeah,
boy.
it's about to be 4 a.m. right now, bro, and
Yeah,
I'm
it's about
still
to be
awake right
4
now.
a.m. You got
Yeah,
all the free sauce, and now it's time to go.
yeah,
That's
bro.
good, bro.
Nah, it's 4 a.m., bro. I got school tomorrow. I can't be up. Like, so I told myself at 2 I was gonna
I've
go
been
to bed
saying
and I
that since
couldn't
it was.
sleep.
I said that when it was 2 a.m., bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
he's been
I
trying to
even
put you to
typed in
sleep.
the thing. I said bye Gigi, bye Andy. I said bye everybody, and then I just came right back because I couldn't sleep. So
My God, bro. I'm so proud of
yeah,
you, man.
I was like, damn, let me tune back into the live. This shit's kind of interesting.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm so proud of you, bro. Keep
Yeah,
doing what you're doing, bro.
yeah. Well,
What's your grade? What's your grades like?
uh, they're all right. C's, B's, they're all right. To be honest, I feel like school isn't really for me, to be honest. But I'm still trying to finish it because in Florida you need to have a real estate, or you need to have a high school diploma in order to get a real estate license. That's what I saw on Google.
Andy, how much is the ebook?
Excuse me?
100.
Oh.
He has it already though. He just hasn't read it.
Hey, bro, you got the ebook and you ain't ready yet?
No. I don't have it like the book. I think Andy sent me a link to it, but I never really got it.
They probably sent them the link to buy it. It wasn't a link to open it. I don't think. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, because
Oh.
I think it was like a couple
GG,
months.
can you send him the link, man? He said he got the bread, so while he in school tomorrow, he can be he can read that on the way to what millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
was great talking to y'all, but I gotta go to bed. All right.
Go to sleep.
Right.
Andy, who you talking to like that? See where he said go to sleep.
Sleep.
All right. Good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
man.
Wake up
Good
in
night.
the morning.
Bye.
Eat your Wheaties, bro, in the morning.
Yeah. All
You
right. Good
said
night.
eat your Wheaties in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
All
All right. We'll see you later.
right. All right, man. Catch you later.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. GG, let
Yeah.
everybody on the call.
Huh?
Appreciate you. You let everybody on the call.
I
Who else?
do, man.
Who else want a live question? I'm going for 14, 13 more minutes. Who else want a live question, man?
Oh, my
You want
phone's about to go 1%. It's at 1%, so it's gonna shut you guys off before then.
For your charger.
It's charging.
Yeah, we
It's just
gotta
not.
stay on, GG. Nah, you made Andy get on here.
It's
You gotta
not
stay on another 15
charging.
minutes. Yeah, well, you got to figure it out, champion.
I've been trying to.
Pop up with a laptop, with a MacBook.
I'm on my Droid right now, my Note.
Oh, yeah, that's why that bitch dead. Oh, I mean, excuse me, that's why that joint died. I
Somebody
got
asked
an Android.
boot camp December 3rd and 4th. Who trying to get on for the last question? Get your
The
question
what?
out.
If you want a live question,
See if anybody hit you, GG trying to get on.
Nobody's trying to get on right now.
I know.
it say 24 people on here. They say they on here. I don't know.
Say 20 on mine. Everybody tapped out. They ain't trying to get
Easy,
sick.
what you said?
Oh,
Easy over there trying to work that charger.
Andy, I'm so happy. You've been talking for what, 3 hours, dude?
and you know, this should never happen again.
The one that
Who
didn't
said
want to hop
never?
on the live.
They better enjoy this. Huh? This should never.
Andy, can we do it? Can I do an event with y'all, man? Yeah, man. Can we do like a collaboration or something?
Like what? What you trying to do? Explain more about charge off. Can they garnish you?
Garnish.
You got some questions coming in now.
I can't even see him.
Once you explain more about charge offs, can they garnish you?
The only way to garnish you is if they take you to court. So if they take you to court, all you gotta do is ask them to give you a copy of the ledger and then give you a copy of the contract, of the signed contract. On that ledger, you guys are going to be able to see that the IRS made a credit to paid the debt. So there's a credit to the loan. And at that point, nobody owes any money because the debt's already been paid for. Oh, he said, little man said, go ahead and send the link, bro. I can't copy and paste your pin message. DM him. It's actually on Andy's profile. It's on Andy's profile. Um,
I got a link right there.
I don't know if I'll be able to click on it though.
Well, I don't know how to do it. Click on it.
No, just turn the shimmer dimmer.
Yeah, just go to his link tree or just DM him. You'll be able to get the link.
Go to my bio. It's right in there. Just click on the ebook.
Yeah. Are y'all getting more questions? How do you get the ebook from his page? King Pierre, DM Andy. He's taking phone calls right now, so that way you can have a one-on-one with him, like a 15-minute conversation.
Yeah, I told them to DM me.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say, no, they don't call. So, some people be want to, some people don't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Y'all done? Y'all done.
My phone's about to die. That 1% is struggling.
Now, what you talking about?
Please.
Yes. What you talking about? You said you want to do something like what? That nigga
Where you go?
Where you went?
I'm right here, bro.
That nigga hit the wrong button.
Yeah. No, man. I'm trying to do a collaboration event. Like we can talk about the credit, you talk about the building.
Yeah.
If y'all, I'll sell y'all shit. I just need, that's fine. Even I just sell y'all shit. You know how I do. But I'm trying to collaborate though.
We'll probably come up with something. Let Gigi set something up.
Let's Gigi do something.
Yeah, let Gigi set it up, man. I come to Tampa, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's make some money, man. Let's make some money. I talk about a little bit of funding too. You know what I mean? I got some fun and sauce too. You know what I mean? So whatever y'all need, look, I got fun and sauce for y'all. Like whatever y'all need, man. I got sauce for the public, man.
I told you, let me pimp you out, just like I be doing Andy, man.
Nah, man.
But
If you was pimping me out like you be doing Andy, then I'd be in Vegas.
Yeah. And you never
I'd be
agreed
in
to it.
Vegas. I'd
I
be in
know, but you
Vegas.
never agreed to it.
Yeah, man. Your initiation process is like the skull and bones. We gotta watch out, yo. He thinking fair exchange ain't no robbery to learn how to build. What are you talking about?
Mhm.
Now listen, it's fair exchange. If the client pays $1,500, trust me, she's gonna get a call. The next client that sends strike $1,500, she gonna get a call with $750 going on her way. Yeah, I mean, she just don't know that yet. That's all. So when it happens, she think they got to come through her funnel and all that. No,
So once IRS pays for charge-offs, then bill is paid. So what if you continue to make payments after charge-offs?
You take them to court, ma'am. You take these people to court to get that money back. They've committed tax fraud. Once the debt is paid by the IRS, the lender has committed tax fraud. They'll give you that money plus more because I'm gonna tell you, they fucked you up mentally, they fucked you up financially, they fucked you up emotionally, they wasted your time, they took you out of work, they wasted your gas. There's so much that you can put on there. All right, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And my phone's dying. I need to do some work before I go to bed too.
what you gotta do? You said you don't do no work. They do all work. You said the VA do all
I
work.
do. They do, but I need to contact a bunch of people right now.
Okay. He said, oh
Oh,
boy,
Andy.
he gone.
Andy didn't even think about it twice. I almost said peace.
I'm trying to say.
All right,
Any more
SBS. I'm gonna
questions?
talk to you later.
Any more questions before we go? I know.
No, we're leaving. We're gone.
Hey, you know what?
Bye,
Y'all can go ahead. I'm gonna tap in. Y'all tapping on my live, man. Holla at me, man.
SBS.